Right on Q Live, and we are live. And I got two guests here with me today for this whole Zoom virtual quarantine end of the world, trying to make it work. After die series. So introduce yourself, fellas.
TonetheMastermind.
Mm,
And I'm Mile333.
glad to have y'all here. So before we get into other shit, tell me and tell the people more about yourself and what y'all currently are into artistically, musically, wherever you want to start at.
Well, I'm an artist, producer. I write music. Currently, right now, I'm just going through the motions right now, trying to get a lot of stuff done, trying to get a lot of stuff worked with. Other than that, pretty much.
So me, I'm an artist. I make music, I write music, I record music, and to me, like music really runs my life. Like whatever I'm doing, music is incorporated. Whether I'm working, whether I'm like, it's always that background for me. So like right now, I'm in a process of like just figuring myself out creatively. Like I like to experiment. Obviously, my influence is like mostly hip hop and R&B and an R&B sound, but I like to experiment with different sounds and different things, and that's what comes together and makes like Mile333. So that's pretty much who I am and what I'm doing.
That's interesting. Yeah, like the fact that you specify that music is always in your background. I know I talked to Tone before plenty of times, and I know he's a podcast guy, so I know he has plenty of times when he just does his listen to podcasts or nothing. I know me, I almost like I gotta be doing something for me to want to listen to music. Whether I'm like cleaning up the kitchen or the bathroom, shit like that, whatever. But usually I just prefer the TV as background noise. I know a lot of people never turn their TV on, so I think that's interesting, just how like what type of media people consume at different times and shit like that, whatever.
Music for me. I'm cleaning anything, music. Sometimes podcasts, just depending on the mood.
Okay, interesting. Because since you was talking about your style, I do a question like a Mount Rushmore. So 4 people on the mountain. Give me like 4 artists, and Tony, you can speak from like a producer, songwriting standpoint, whatever. But you first as artist more so. Give me 4 artists that you feel you draw the most influence from, just like overall influence. And that could be just influence, like they can inspire you too. Like any like just they don't gotta be like yes sound or style, but just like you like no, they influence me, they impact me, shit like that.
Okay, well, if I'm thinking overall, like from when I first started, like just writing music and everything, like my number one would have to be Lil Wayne. Like like all around, like it would have to be, because then like I would go on and say like currently like Thug, but Thug is like a descendant of Lil Wayne to a certain extent, and like created his own type of lane through what Lil Wayne did. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely have to put that number one person up there, as it would be Wayne. And then second.
Oh, favorite Wayne project is overall.
Favorite Wayne project overall. I might have to say the Carter 3.
Okay, I like it. Okay.
I might have to say the Carter 3.
I hate when niggas try to act like the Carter 1 is nearly the best one.
That's what I'm saying. It's not. It's not.
Like it's not at all. Like it's okay. Like it's like let it be what it was, and it started the. I'm not gonna say it set the tone. It started the tone, and Carter 2 ran with the tone, and Carter 3 victory lapped the tone, and like, but yeah, niggas got to realize.
Exactly. It's like Carter 1, Carter 2 was crazy, and then Carter 3 I think is a little bit above Carter 2, but like he's starting to plateau a little bit. And then Carter 4, Carter 5, we ain't gonna talk about that.
But. Oh, you hate 4?
I don't hate 4. I really don't hate 4. I don't hate 4, and I like 4. I like 4, but I feel like a lot of people was really trying to say it was flopping.
Nah.
But 5 was definitely like he should have just let that one go. I think. But 4 it's on that down, like if it's a bell curve, it's on that down tick.
Of course. Like,
but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
Yeah, me personally, I like 4. Of course, it's beneath. Of course, like I'm not mad at someone saying 2 is way better. I'm cool, but I just like 4. Like 5. I'm not a 5 slanderer. Like half of it was trash for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure.
But the other half, I'm fuck with it. I'm like, yeah, this shit. Yeah, that's a terrible percentage. But like, But
I'm trying to think of one
wasn't
song
that
because
bad.
it's one song on there that definitely like on the Carter 5 that I really like.
Mona Lisa was crazy.
I forget which song. Yeah.
Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
Mona Lisa was dumb.
Yeah.
But if you want, you go. Who else you got? Wayne. Give me 3 more.
I got Wayne. I gotta say Drake too. And then I'm gonna say
project.
Favorite Drake project is Nothing Was the Same for sure for me.
I like it.
My favorite Drake project. I don't know.
How about you, Tone? Favorite Drake project?
Nothing Was the Same. It gotta be between Nothing Was the Same. I think. I don't know if you reading this. No, if you reading this, that was a mixtape, and you had a little bit of.
It's a project, a favorite project. Right? I know Nothing Was the Same.
Nothing was the same. And if you're reading it,
that's when I started to be like, no, like this nigga really different. Like Tuscan Leather, I was like,
that joint,
And then
Pound Cake go crazy on Nothing Was the Same.
I ain't care for Pound Cake like that.
I just found out recently, like the last year or two, the last year or two, that niggas hate Pound Cake. I was baffled. I didn't know niggas.
I didn't think him and Hove had a lot of track. Like all them joints, they could have been better. Yeah, they could have been better. I ain't like Pound Cake, like Worst Behavior off that joint, crazy. Like you said, Tuscan Leather. What else? Was it Too Much on that joint?
Too Much.
That joint,
305 to My City. I feel like that was a different sound too. Like that was a different sound, and that joint was crazy. Like,
the joint, Janae.
But after Drake, then I would have to go. I low key gotta go Tory too.
Oh, okay.
I feel like that's an odd one. But for me,
I always like the variables. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me, I have to go Tory. I have to, because I know Tory is definitely a big influence for me. Like I really like the guys I study their music is like definitely Wayne, Drake, Tory, and then 4th I will probably say 4th I would have to go with either Thug or Travis, but I just put the Thug in the Wayne kind of like the Thug comes from the Wayne like to me. So like I don't
for the 4th.
Huh?
So you go with Travis then for the 4th?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Travis for the 4th.
All right, so Tone, give me quickly like some producers or songwriters or just artists in general, whoever it is you got.
Yeah, artists in general. It's not really like because I produce and I do write and do my own music, which I'm planning on putting out soon. So it's not just producers. I do like some certain producers like Timbaland, what they was doing, him and Pharrell, what they was doing with actually curating talent around them and using a lot of people around them. But like artists mainly, like Frank Ocean is a big artist for me. Kendrick Lamar, for different reasons. Frank Ocean in particular, his songwriting and the way he tells stories through his art. I like the way he's very vivid in his writing and his imagery in it. Kendrick really knows how to use his vocal and write a song. And I just think he can just rap better than like a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people just think, I don't know, a lot of people got their opinions, but to me, Kendrick, especially the top right now.
Yeah.
Who else? For me, Childish Gambino, that was another one. Like it might be weird for some people, but for me, that was somebody. When I found him, he hit me in a certain spot for what he was saying. Like Childish, very talented. Somebody else, I would say, Drake. Yeah, Drake. Yeah,
Okay.
Drake. We talked about him. Yeah, Drake.
All right, gotcha. What would y'all say is like y'all typical music process? Would you say like you just like to jot things down, record certain things, like just voice memos of melodies in your head just for later use, or you like to only do it in one sitting, or just work on things at spots over time? Dream, speak on that.
So the process is different every time, kind of just depending on what comes first. Like some days we'll go in and we won't have anything like set to work on, and we'll start something. Like I could start writing something, and then Tone and our other producer Ivory Strokes, like he'll build a beat around like the key I'm singing in, or the key or what I'm doing and what I'm writing, and we'll build it like that. So I would say overall our process is low key like, if you want to compare it to something like a sandwich, because like it's just we will start with one thing and build upon that. Honestly, like that's really what it is.
Change and go.
It don't matter like
as long as
what
it
really
in a
comes
good
first. Like it just depends on the day. Like if I bring them a verse I wrote, we'll build the beat around that. If they send me a beat, I'll write to that, or how. Yeah, it just goes honestly. However, so it's like.
And do y'all consider yourself like for a comparison, like a Drake and 40 type thing, where y'all always see yourself being a collective and kind of growing as a collective and like, working in tandem?
I mean, I don't think we really look at it per se like that, but I feel like when you look at it from the outside looking in, it definitely looks that way. Like we pretty much work exclusively with each other right now, and that's not to say like we don't want to work with other people or anything. It's just like when we lock in with music, we lock in together at all times. So even if we are going to work with other people, it is going to be us working with whoever else. You know what I'm saying? Like we always going to have like he's not here, but like
Ivory Strokes does a lot. He does a lot of production
and
all the mixing and mastering. So he's a vital part.
Yeah. So like
right over what we do.
We'll all be together. So it is a collective, I guess you would say.
Speak on some of the projects that y'all have done already that people can hear, like whichever one you want to start with first. Speak on some of the product.
So the first EP we
recently just dropped one.
Yeah, I recently just dropped one. It's called Still Hurts, and it's like a sequel to the first 3 songs. They're both 3-song EPs. It's like a sequel to the first one, Man Plans, God Laughs, Life Hurts. And then the second one that just released is called Still Hurts. And like you could go find that on all the streaming platforms, on SoundCloud. But basically, it's just about life. Honestly, like we go through life and we try to have our own plans, and we have a goal. We have goals we set, but honestly, like it never works out how you want it to. Like God has his plan. So we try to plan things. God has what he has in store for everything. And it's like, he laughs at us and we got to keep pushing. And then the second EP is like, yo, we still haven't reached where we trying to reach. We still trying to figure it out. So it's like, it's still hurting right now. And then it's like, still hurts, like what you're hearing.
Yeah. All right. So with that being said, like philosophical type counter to that, just see your thoughts on it. Is it worth planning then? Because it's like, no matter what you plan, it always goes wrong and whatever type thing, but we got to keep pushing. So is it worth planning if it's not going to go right per se and God will laugh at you type thing?
And it's crazy because that's the thing I'm starting to come into now. Like just thinking like, yo, all these plans we have, all this stuff we're doing, like, why not just make music and release it? Like, and I mean, obviously you have to have a base plan. Like saying not having any plan is that's just not smart, because you can't make it nowhere without that base plan. But really trying to tee up every little thing and it's going to just disappoint you, like at the end of the day. So I do believe what you just said. Like it's not worth having that plan per se to that, like to the T, if that makes sense.
Okay, interesting. And Tone, kind of like I know me and you've been talking about your music for a while. Either one of y'all can start. Do y'all feel like y'all deal with or have dealt with like just a sense of like self-doubt or having to think like, am I doing the right thing? Do I want to do this? Or should I keep going? Y'all do the kind of a lot creative. They be like, they have a lot of false starts because they in their heads, you know, they try, or some people, they try to run before they crawl. They only focus on running and they never get to move at all because they want to get to running first and not even get to crawl or walking type shit. So y'all do those type of things or have that with them?
I feel like for me, like, yeah, it's being aware, like just self-awareness. I would say just in writing or any topic that you want to discuss. I mean, if you can't flesh it out, I would say hold on to it until you can get some people that you can maybe get around you to help you flesh out those ideas, but don't force nothing. If it ain't coming out, don't do too much. If you can have some help, have some help, but ain't no reason to force nothing. I feel like I went through a period where I couldn't write stuff for like personal reasons, for what I was going through, but also I had him who we were working with a lot. So I just compartmentalize some of the stuff that I was going through and just decide like, oh, I need to work still. Let me just try to put some of that energy into him and I can get back to me later. But I don't know, stuff can get discouraging, but if you really know what you're here to do and if you have a feeling that you have to do it, you go and do it. Like, I haven't dropped anything yet, but it's coming. It's definitely coming. And when it comes, y'all gonna hear it.
Anything you want to add, man?
Yeah, for me, I mean, self-doubt is definitely a thing that I feel like I go through a lot. Like, and that's just, I'm naturally an overthinker. So, like I said, like that just goes back to the project, like what I was talking about. Like, I always have what I think should happen in my head. And when it doesn't happen, like, I'll get down, but then I'll push even harder to try to get back up. And like, I can see myself like knocking blocks off, like taking steps forward, but like self-doubt is definitely a thing. I feel like most creatives do go through that. Like you were saying, like there's periods where nothing's coming out and like you don't necessarily have inspiration. I feel like you got to go and actually live, like, and not try to just focus on what your plan is and have tunnel vision, because you have to live to be inspired. So that's what I think.
Yeah.
So Tone, I know you're married. I'm not sure about your status, none of my business, or whatever. But so let's say, right, you cuffed and happily cuffed, you're good, whatever. But your most recent, very intense ex fucked one of your closest friends. How do you currently feel about that?
My recent, one of my friends. I mean, what was that ex to me?
That's wild.
It was your most recent ex, and it was love. It was like intense love. But you're in another relationship right now.
One of my homies. Like, what you mean? Like, who's this guy?
Like one of your close friends.
Oh no, nah, close friend. Yeah. My close friends would know not to do that. Like, that's not it. It's not a respectful thing. I wouldn't do that. And I value the people around me. I don't believe he would do that. So yeah. Anybody who I have an inkling of feeling like they would do anything like that on any regard, not just like money, anything. So nah.
I only bring it up. Anybody ever watch How I Met Your Mother?
Nah.
Oh, y'all racist? You don't like white people content? I understand. I don't know what channel it's on. I watched it before. I haven't been watching. I don't feel like looking for new shows. Now I'm just re-binging on Hulu right now. Whatever. That's besides the point. It's a goat. It's a white goat show. Stand on it. But anyway, though, quick summary of the show. The whole show is about a guy in the future telling his kids how he met their mother. So the whole show is going through these series of events, whatever. But his first girlfriend on the show is one of the closest friends in the circle. And it has this intense whirlwind love. It don't work out, whatever, right? Boom, they break up and shit. Everything move on. And one of his, basically like his best friend or second best friend ends up fucking her. So this is another thing. So I watched the show a long time ago. My girlfriend always said, this show dumb as shit. Y'all ain't gonna watch it because y'all racist. So y'all never watch the show. So at the end though, right?
I ain't gonna watch it.
the end of the show,
Yo.
he actually doesn't end up with the mother of who the whole show is about. They get together, but she dies, and then he ends up back with the first girl of like some shit like, yo, that was the real true love, even though it's about your mom, but like, you know, we ended up back together through all this wild shit, right? And when I first saw that, I thought I was like kind of like, when I first saw that show stupid because it's about the mom. But then when I stepped back, I'm like, yo, that's kind of like dope because that's how life is. It isn't like this perfect straight line. You know, shit gets like variables get into life and make you want to do certain things. But I'm like, yo, that's whatever. But then as I'm rewatching it and its perspective is refreshed of like, first of all, this bitch fucks your best friend.
Yeah.
And furthermore,
like,
and then, forget him. That's the other thing. But like then the reason they broke up was she was like, yo, we don't align. Like I don't want to get married. I don't want to have kids. You want to do all these things. I don't want to do that, whatever. This bitch ends up marrying the best friend. She did everything the best friend she didn't want to do with him, but her and the best friend are breaking up, whatever. I'm just like, no, she like a super whore, like like just disrespectful whore. So
I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm not racist, but I definitely feel like that's okay with white people. Like I feel like white people like that all the time, honestly. And they don't care, yo. Like I've seen that happen in school. Like I've seen like people being real intense, like white people be in super intense relationships with each other, and then like they all just be around each other, and next thing you know, they dating one of the other friends, and they all be cool, like they all be cool with it. Like that happens. I've seen that happen in real life. So like, but for me, I don't think so. But I do have one caveat with that, which would be like, I've had some friends who be wifing like crazy thoughts, like. So like no, it's wild. Wow. It be white. Like I got a couple friends that really wife the craziest like thoughts of all time, and all power to them. Like I don't I'm cool with a John doing whatever she want to do. Like that's her business and that's fine. But like that's not personally my preference to date. That's what I'm saying. So like, I'm looking for.
Because you're a sensible king. Yes.
I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, but like I got a couple friends that like that type of attention on them, I guess, or attention on a girl. I don't know. But basically like I would think, all right, like if they break up for a while, and she was a thought, she was fucking everybody. So like then is it okay for your mans to hit? You gotta think about that one.
I would still say no, only because if your man was dumb enough to cuff her, then it is what it is. And once you put the cuffs on, it's just like no matter what she did before that, and I told you not to cuff this whore, but you cuffed her anyway. So once y'all done, she off limits. But I get the logic of the variable of the X factor possibly. Like I get it. Even worse, I agree with you. The white people are dirty. It's something about their DNA that just makes a lot of them like innately. And it's funny. I want to put on my kufi. I don't want to put on my Dr. Umar mode. But like, the way white people be moving, it's something in their DNA. But whatever though. Another worse story. There's a movie I watched. It's a terrible movie. Doesn't matter. I might want to say the name of it. But
I watch a lot of movies. Like I watch a lot of TV. So like I could know it.
What movie?
It's called Unfriended.
I watched that. The scary one, right? Yeah, I seen that, John. Bro, I watched hella movies.
I see that here?
I seen that.
I think I seen this here.
Okay, cool. So, me and my girlfriend.
No, it's like the Texan John where they. But go ahead.
Webcam shit. So the only point I'm bringing this up is this. Like my girlfriend, she reminded me of this too, and I was hurt all over again. It was such disgusting betrayal. So in the movie, there's the main character girl who has a boyfriend. And kind of like their storyline is like, we can't wait till prom, so we can have sex the first time and take your virginity, it'd be special for us and da type shit. Fast forward to the end, all these people start dying and shit, and they find out that like she could have lived if she admitted this secret, and the secret was she fucked his best friend and actually never was a virgin, but she just didn't want to have sex with him. And I'm just like, what? Like,
yo, it'd be dirty. yo.
Yeah. I like, that's a different level of just, I don't know. I might gotta be a priest after that. Just I gotta be celibate, abstinent. I can't talk to people no more. I'm done. Like, this bitch said she's a virgin just because she want to fuck me. And she fuck my best friend. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. No. I don't know.
What was that? So me and Tone, we talking the other day. So I asked your thoughts on this. So like generally, are you? I know Tone isn't really like a social media person. Are you like a heavy social media person at all?
No, I'm not. I feel like I never really was, but like now I'm really like low key absent on social media, which is definitely hard.
When it comes to music.
Yeah, like it's hard when it comes to music, and it low key like doesn't make sense because social media is a huge asset when it comes to music.
Yeah, especially now.
But like for me, that's just like, yo, I'm an artist. I feel like I'm an artist in its purest form. Like I just want to be an artist. I want to make the art, and I want to inspire people, and I want people to feel how I feel when I listen to music. And I want people who can relate to me to actually get something from it. Like if it could, I know it's like cliche, but like save a life, whatever the case may be. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's the type of impact I want to have. So like I'm an artist in its purest form, and social media to me is like, it's just so cruddy and fake to me. Like I even when it comes to me personally, like it's all highlights, yo. Like people never show what's going on, like what's really going on in their life. Like, and if you really get stuck in the social media world, it's gonna have you low key down on yourself because nobody's really doing how they're portraying that they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
To a certain extent.
Mm-hmm.
If that is so, like, nah, I'm not really a heavy social media.
And so I get all those points, but I know some people just aren't naturally into it. So like, would you say it's an intentional thing to not be on it, or is it like, nah, I just really just never even been into it, so it wasn't even nothing to even intentionally not do or consciously not do?
I mean, I would definitely say like when I was in high school and whatnot, like, yo, we would, or not even high, this is probably middle school, we would like plan to get on Twitter and just bid on each other for like hours, and like everybody would be on, like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like at that stage of my life, like I was definitely very into social media. Like when Instagram came out, like I was on it. Like I'm on Instagram all the time, but like I use it as a news outlet, low key.
Can y'all see me, y'all?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought something had popped up. I'm not sure, but keep going. You good?
I use Instagram as a news outlet, low key, or just to get away, see something funny. Like you can find anything. So, yeah, like now it's like, even before, like on my personal page, like it's just like I don't post that much. Like I'll post stories, but I won't really make posts. Like I've never been that into it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
For the most.
Okay. What was I say? Yeah, 'cause I know me. How the fuck I get back this fucking screen? Hold on. Damn technology. That's why I don't be on social media now. But I know if I just talk to, but I know me, I agree, like, you know, all that shit is fake. A lot of people put up facades and all that type of shit. That shit, and you said I know, of course, like some people would bring them down. You know, there's been a bunch of studies of anxiety increasing, depression, all that shit, whatever. I get all that. For me, that's never been an issue of comparing myself as a, of course, it's a natural thing to be like, damn, they got that, or damn, why I get this? So that always creeps in with it, but it never really affected to that degree. How I know me, like, I was never an Instagram person, I was more so Twitter. But I know recently, I decided intentionally to step back because I just felt like it was taking really too much brain capacity to even like just see stupid shit. Like, Twitter stopped being funny and enjoyable to me, where it's like, you know, like GIFs and memes and just conversation that's lighthearted in a sense, whatever, mixed with, you know, live news and shit like that and whatever, like commentary. Now just like everybody think they're fucking psychologists and the fucking everybody's so fucking woke and studious allegedly and activists, and everybody just so fucking like, nigga, you don't fucking know shit. Like you just like, I feel like social media made everybody feel they need a voice, but you don't even
know anything.
Yeah, you don't even know anything. You just really want to be heard. Like, and her, like, it's like certain people's like, all right, bet, like, you want to do this, so bet you're gonna build a platform and da da da. You want to be a musician, all right, bet you can build a platform and do this and get seen. Niggas just want to be heard, just be yelling all day. I'm just yelling, like, hear me out, hear me loud and clear about nothing. It's like
nothing.
Should just be weird. So I know I don't really. Oh, here we go. I'm back on fucking screen. I know I definitely don't just be even. It just turns me off these days. Just I got now if I do post, I kind of just post, do 1-2 scrolls, and I see one. By the time I see the first stupid thing, I'm like, that's enough. Because this, like, all right, cool, like, cause you know. And then nowadays it's this crazy gender war. You ask black women, black men are just the fucking. We destroyed the earth. Like black men just do everything, and yeah, it's
toxic.
Mm-hmm. It is
I don't speak on that because you never know who going. I'm not even nobody to cancel, but they might cancel me. Like, I don't like speaking. I don't like speaking on. Yeah, nah, I ain't. I'm not even gonna go there.
He called. Oh God, he said all bitches is crazy and But on another kind of like on the same token of like, so another thing when I was talking to Tony about this whole mental like brain capacity and exerting energy, I know instead of being so invested in shit that literally doesn't matter, I decided to start exerting more energy into like my people, my real life, people I really care about, people that's really affecting me, whatever, and like make sure all those relationships are very sturdy and, you know, foundation. So are you into that? Like, do you feel like are you like a reacher outer to people, or do you feel like you tend to be more of a loner? Or how do you feel you deal with like in-person relationships, interaction, shit like that?
I'm all about in-person relationships. Like, I just feel like before you can be woke and be trying to fix the world, like you have to take baby steps. You got to fix what's right in front of you. Like people try to jump to like, oh, you need to do this. Like you said, everybody's a psychologist on Twitter now. And it's like, you got to fix the relationships that's right there in front of you. So with me, I'm definitely the type of person that is very into like my family and the people I love, and like like I just call people my family, people who I can trust, people who've been around, and people I know have my best interest and I have their best interest. And like it's a two-way street relationship. And as long as I have that with people, like that's all that matters. Like I could not make another $1 a day on this earth, like, but as long as I got the people there, and like that's the thing, like when you have those people, like they're not gonna let you do that, period. Like if I were to say I'm not doing shit for the rest of my life, like when you got people who care about you, they're not about to just sit there and let you not do shit for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that is the importance of having those relationships, like having those relationships right in front of you, like, and making sure that they're solid. Because once you are alone, once you truly are alone, like a lot of people feel like they're loners, and being a loner, I feel like it's different from being alone. Like, and once you're really alone, like, I don't know if you can really come back from that. But so yeah, like I would say like I do like my space though, like, but I'm definitely very big on like relationships with the people that matter in my life and making sure they're solid.
How about you, Tone? Anything to add?
You said that. It sounds good, brother. I mean, besides that, I mean, I guess, yeah, I want the relationship, like with my family to be straight before I would have to go out into the world and do everything. Like, I got stuff I need to mend certain people, anything that need to be hashed out, we talking about, but I'm definitely concerned about home first and then moving as I go.
Cool.
Yeah, that's about it.
Are y'all aware of the firework conspiracy?
Yo,
I've been hearing
wait, that gotta be a thing, bro. Because it's so crazy, bro. I hear fireworks 24/7 now. Yo, honestly, I don't know what that is. Like, you said it and it clicked in my head. Like, all I've been hearing is fireworks. So I don't know what that is. But
yeah. So this made it even crazier. So I've been thinking about this too for fucking 2-3 weeks at this point. My dad called me today, who lives in Chicago. We having a little quick conversation, whatever. And he was like, "Do you hear fireworks?" I'm like, "Wait, what do you mean?" They like, "Yo, we hear." I'm like, "Yeah." They like, "We be hearing fireworks all the time." I'm like, "What the fuck, yo?" Like,
I thought it was just Philly. I thought it had to be just Philly.
so I don't know. My theory is like the conspiracy, whatever. But my theory is I believe that during that looting shit, a lot of niggas had the same idea, or key niggas had the same idea, and they just looted some crazy shit or something, and then everybody just got a bunch of free fireworks or for the super low, and the world's never in the same sense. I think like it's just fireworks everywhere. Like it's just niggas went at it for cheap or free.
Oh, definitely you done heard that. No, that's funny. That's how
it's crazy.
I came across my Google about it. Yeah.
I literally hear fireworks 24/7, like all in the night. Like
at night, yeah. There definitely be stuff popping over my way. No,
like,
think about
it's crazy.
I be hearing people saying it be keeping them up at night. I haven't, once I'm asleep, I'm asleep. I can go to sleep in any.
Yeah, I'll be going.
But my girl, she like, yeah, I be hearing that shit at like 2 a.m. Like I be like, damn. It's strange. It's strange. Yeah, what did I say though? NBA. Me and Tone had an interesting conversation about the NBA and the state of affairs. So about the NBA, right? So me and Tone was having a nice conversation, and he actually gave me a better understanding or perspective about this whole current situation, whatever. And the man, he hit me with a nice bar. I can tell he even know he even had the bar. Like he just,
I just said.
Do a crossover, hit a crazy shot, but he have the backboard, but they didn't call it. Like, I mean, like you scored, but like you ain't call it though. Like, so he, I kept saying like,
I know you about to say though.
I
know what you about to say though.
Because I said, but we was having a conversation. I was saying like, hey, I don't know where I stand on. I can understand like And people kept saying like, the NBA coming back is going to be a distraction. I was just like, I can see it either way. Like, I can understand that side, but I don't think necessarily going to happen, whatever. And he was like, don't let the word distraction be a distraction. And I was like, ooh, that's a bar. Like, he dropped the mic, dropped the phone on that. It's funny. And like, I didn't even, like, I've been saying this a lot just in a lot of other conversations where it's like, all right, like, for instance, like, I had another debate a long time ago where someone's like, black oppression is the same as it was in the 1960s. And back then, I disagree with that. Like, I'm like, no, like, of course, I'm not saying we still got plenty of issues, but I'm like, I think we still got a lot more way to go, but we've come a long way with it. That was like 2 years ago, we had a conversation on the podcast. Now, I still would say we better off, but to me, it's not far enough that it's worth even mentioning or even debating type of thing. Yep. I feel, and that type of logic applies to this, where it's like, yo, like, whether you think Kyrie worded something wrong or whatever, you don't like the wording or the messenger and all that shit, whatever, at the end of the day, is the disagreement that far off that you really but to be distracted by all this other shit and not see to the real matter or issue at hand? Because at the end of the day, if you on our side with the cause and with the people, we all agree on the right shit. Like, no, shit need to change right now. We all tired of shit, whatever. So let's all, that's not get distracted about like, yo, you said this differently. I would have said it like this, all that type of nut shit though. So generally, what are y'all thoughts on all that thing and how y'all feel about what's going on? How, shit like that, whatever.
So the crazy thing is, Tone had the same conversation with me. So like, what I'm thinking is you was thinking like me and you wanted the NBA to come back.
Yeah, no, but it's the thing. Like, I wasn't even like going super hard. I wasn't on my mind like, yo, I need to come back. I wanted to come back. But I was just like, no, let it come back. Like, yeah, why not? Type thing. Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I'm not gonna hold you. I low-key wanted it to come back.
I'm mad at it.
But Tone low-key like made me realize a few things and like low-key changed my perspective. Cause I mean, he's right. Like at the end of the day, I don't agree with the messenger. Like you was just saying, I don't agree with Kyrie. I love Kyrie's game. I do not like the way Kyrie, but I don't know how he truly is because I don't know that man as a person. But what he shows to us, I do not like.
He a weirdo. It's cool.
What he shows to us, I do not like. But I could sit in a room with that man, have a conversation with him, maybe as long as he's not talking about the earth is flat. Then I could like you never know. I might like bull, but like at the end of the day, my thoughts on the NBA coming back at this point are I do feel like maybe we do need to take a step back and really focus on what's going on out in the street, because we have people's attention right now. And at the end of the day, the NBA coming back will be a distraction. Like however you look at that word distraction, like the NBA coming back at this point will be a distraction from the progress we are making right now. And I feel like we are making some progress, like more so than like, I feel like yo, like they did that whole Rodney King, the riots for Rodney King, but like this lasted way longer. And we got white people with us this time.
Bro, we got people
like
admitting stuff that they never would have done.
We got a lot
Roger Goodell.
We got a lot of people with us at this time. We got companies who are literally like changing like Aunt Jemima, changing their whole John, like Miss Butterworth, Uncle Ben's, like all that. And it's like, yo, all that stuff went over I feel like it went over my head. I'm like, yo, that's a little weird. I'm thinking about it, but I never thought like, yo, that's really a slave. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I really do think, like, as much as I want to see the Lakers win when the finals, like
them niggas forcing this season.
As much as I want to see them win it, I do feel like we need to just take a step back and keep pushing, because we have people's attention right now. And I feel like that is what's most important.
Yeah, and the thing that I'll say when Tone said he dropped his bar, you know, his reasonable doubt bar, I was like, I was saying like, I can get with the initial approach of like, yo, no, like I'm not playing ever again until we see some real progress, or the NBA really put their money where their mouth is, type shit where they going hard. They're like, all right, I'm comfortable with coming back, whatever. And that's when he's like, no, but it's still in the same ballpark of we all in the same shit. We just phrasing their approach different, but it's still the same thing. The point is the urgency of shit changing, and why not get closer to shit changing instead of like putting like a little median or like a speed bump into it, where, you know, we can get straight to the point though. Let's not even tap dance around. No, we not playing shit. Like, you know, whatever. And even I don't really like the way even niggas, I'll let Tony express himself, but I know you're talking about the way they keep talking about work a lot, like do your job and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like,
they say, what is your job?
Yeah, but even work when they talk that CBA shit, I don't like that, because they like, yeah, if they don't come back, the CBA gets torn up. First of all, my nigga, I'm LeBron James. If I say I'm not fucking coming back until we get a new CBA, no matter fucking what, nigga, you gonna give me a new fucking CBA? I don't hear none of that shit. Like LeBron, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Davis, if they said we not coming back until y'all delete all this new CBA, we lost billions of dollars, nigga, fuck all that shit, nigga, give us a new one, and we not coming back still. Fuck now what shit like. So it's like they try to throw certain coded language around to try to make it seem like, you know, do you really have a choice? What you going? Nah, nigga, I'm LeBron. So the fuck what, nigga? I'm not playing.
Nah, that's true. Yeah. I mean, I think LeBron hyper focused on himself right now, low key, because he really,
that's the part,
which is showing a lot though, like, which is really
showing as radical or progressive as some people might like to think.
Exactly, which is showing a lot, and like, I mean,
again, I'm not even necessarily want to blame him, because you know, but it's just perspective.
That's what I'm saying, like, because you can never, like, I just don't like how people are like, going back to the Twitter thing, like how people are like basically saying like, yo, if you not saying nothing, then you not doing nothing. Like, and that's not true at all. Like,
that's not real.
Everybody is different. Everybody has different ways of attacking different things.
We all got different roles in this period though.
Yeah, like, so like
everybody can't be talking. Somebody got to be working. Everybody can't do everything.
And furthermore, as I'm saying, that's why I had to take a step back, because all this is rooted in the same dumbass way of thinking. We don't know these people. Like, you don't know this person. You even assuming something about, and then because you didn't see some words on a screen, you like, well, I know exactly what they're doing. Yep. I know exactly what they think. Like, oh, I know everything. You don't fucking know me. Like, no name. Like,
Rolling. And that's my thing. Like, people get so comfortable with celebrities and who they think these people are. But like, yo, like, a lot of these celebrities are characters. Like,
we gotta stop.
Like, just how you see Tom Hanks acting in a movie, that be a lot of these artists. Like, they're acting. That's not. They go home and take that costume off, and they be who they really are. Like that commercial with the boy from Aquaman.
Right.
Yeah, like that's how it really be. Like people get home and be them their true selves. Like so, like.
And then even with the internet shit, like another thing I said recently of like all that shit is fake because it's not reality. It's projections of reality and agenda narrative. So like that's one thing I got from the Cold track to like pivot a little bit, where everybody took it out of context. I don't want to say take a context. You interpret the way you fucking interpret shit, whatever. But one thing I got from it was y'all made me out to be this super deep activist person. I remember when Forest Hill Drive, all the Cole fans kept saying, you gotta be a certain level of intellect to even get J. Cole music and all that shit. So when he was saying like, which is always anything, we don't gotta get into that. But he was saying like, I forgot the lyrics, but he wasn't saying, no, I'm not the smartest nigga, I'm not the deepest nigga, I'm just an honest person that cares and not I express my feelings and thoughts. That don't fucking make me Marcus Garvey or like Martin Luther King. No, I have certain thoughts. I'm a passionate, empathetic person. So yeah, I'm gonna be at the march, whatever. But and I've always noticed that he don't be trying to grab the blowhorn at the march. No, I'm just here. Like, but they trying to make it be J. Cole, you don't got no speech. You don't got nothing to tweet about. No crazy. No, I care, but I'm not this person. And because he didn't like naturally try to step into that persona that y'all made of him, now niggas mad at it. Y'all made that of him. So it's like, it's weird.
And that's the thing, like, because he's J. Cole, like, or because he's LeBron James, or because he's whoever else, like, they don't have to put that weight of the world on, or the weight of our people on.
As long as you're not against us, that's all I care about. Don't be against us.
As long as you're not against us, exactly. Like, as long as you're not out there running with Trump, like, you know what I'm saying? That's now that would be something wild, but like, you can't try to make what you think somebody, you can't make your expectations for somebody else and what they should be doing, like, period, no matter who they are. So like, that's just what it is. Like,
and another thing, I was having a conversation about I don't watch college. I definitely don't watch high school shit, whatever. Like, until you make it to the league, I don't give a fuck about you really. But someone was telling me recently about the young boy Mikey Williams. He was talking about he want to go to HBCU, and I was like, yes, nigga, like, yeah, like
league regardless.
You know, and
he's going to the league regardless. So
right.
A huge step.
Right.
If you got it, you got it.
Right, exactly. It don't matter. Like, and niggas, some people trying to be like, well, you go to the best program. Fuck all that. It don't matter. Like, Ben Simmons went to LSU, never even gave a fuck about it. Didn't make a tournament. Didn't matter. Who cares? So go to Howard. All these top niggas go straight to Howard for 1 year, live it up in DC, and just go to the league. Like, fuck it. Empower all these HBCUs. Like.
And my thing is, like, I feel like what Tone was saying, like, I feel like before maybe this year or last year, like, that's something that really, like, you had to go to the top schools because the exposure is not there. Like, but at the end of the day, with social media and with YouTube and everything, like, people are creating their own exposure. Like you said, Mikey Williams is more famous than, like, Famous is more famous than, like, some NBA players, like a lot of NBA players, honestly. Like, like, he got a whole YouTube channel.
Exactly,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
He got a whole show, like.
I didn't even notice. Damn.
Like Mikey, like, look at Mikey Williams, like, he got a whole show on YouTube. Like, he probably got sponsorships with, like, with Overtime and, like, all of them joints. Like, but the thing is, like, he's built his own brand already as a 9th grader. So, like, that's what I'm saying. So, like, yo, him going to Howard is not even going, like, yo, like, that's smart. Like, yo, you're about to help Howard. Like, not Howard helping you. You're about to help Howard. So, like, and if he go there, you gotta think, like, somebody else gonna be like, yeah, I'm going.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Him putting out that tweet was him showing that he knows he has power. Right. And we didn't need y'all. I think it might have been a Joe Budden podcast. They said something about, like, saying that he said, like, we don't need y'all coaches.
Yeah.
And that's how I feel about the players in the NBA. Is like, for real, if y'all wanted to really do something, start your own league. Why I gotta be the NBA?
Yo, so I was talking to someone. They was like, nah, that's kind of far-fetched. First of all, Ice Cube did the big 3.
That's what I was about to say, bro.
Like, LeBron can do a league. Like if Ice Cube do a big 3, LeBron can do a fucking league. It's not like, dog, it's very possible.
He gotta get Jordan on his team, but I don't know. He be a little shaky with the people sometimes.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, but it's like again, like to me, that's very feasible. I'm not saying they need to necessarily do that, but again, I respect it. I'm not gonna be against it or whatever. But at the very least, like if niggas definitely shouldn't be scared to drag their nuts and be like, "Fuck out of here, Adam Silver, nut ass CBA." No, like we not coming back. And if certain niggas do, I still don't know where I fall to being totally against it. But I would definitely keep all this shit in the back of my mind if it does happen and be like, and really just monitor the energy and the momentum of things, being like, well, niggas was right. Everybody said we shouldn't have did it at all. It caused this. I'm like, y'all was right. But I still believe though that no matter what, it's just too much frustration and boiling point that even if it slow down from 100 to an 80, it's not stopping though. I don't think it should stop. And like, especially after that Breonna Taylor shit, Breonna Taylor people not getting charged, like shit like that is gonna keep putting fuel on the fire to keep it going. Like they don't even recognize that y'all keep fucking it up. Shit gonna just keep going. Like so, it's like even George Floyd shit. Let them niggas just get acquitted. We gonna start this shit all the way back over. Like so.
Yeah, no,
that's what I'm going.
The city gonna get torn down again. If that, I would hate to see that happen, yo.
Well, they do though. I
don't give a fuck. Go downtown. Just keep it downtown again. Fuck up the man. Go downtown. Go to Sharon Hill. Go to Valley Kenwood. Go to Abington. My mom told me the other day because I was trying to get some liquor the other day, some bottles. I went to fucking 3 liquor stores. That's a whole fucking long story, but all these fucking clothes and all type of nut shit. And mom was like, "Oh, I just went to fucking somewhere she went, some county shit. Walked right in, no big deal." I was like low key deep inside. I was like, niggas should run up in that shit right now. They got some audacity with no boards. They got no line or nothing. Niggas
ain't gonna come here.
Niggas, stores right here, they got their shits boarded up still. Talking about you gotta call a number for us to open it up. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, so the fact that niggas
stores is closed.
Yeah, but that's the areas that can afford to get fucked up and don't affect us at all. But so, I feel like if shit gets started again, niggas should keep that in mind. Like, yo, we don't need to raid fucking Miss Stacy's store down the street. But no, that's
exactly the way they did the deuce. Like, nah, yo, you can't. Like,
everybody.
One of my mans, like, he got his dad has a like a little leather shop on South Street. They raided his joint. Like,
it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate.
Straight.
And what else I about to say? How about this? So, have y'all ever called the cops like for assistance?
Yo, I'm not even gonna hold you. I don't think I ever have.
Yeah, I saw people having that discussion recently, and I was like,
never died now.
Yeah, I'm like, that's kind of wild that most people I know, if not everybody I know, at least all the men especially, the men have never called the cops. I can say I called it one time. That's because a fucking house was burned down my block. But so I called the cops that time. But outside that time,
I remember that day.
I believe someone was there. Yeah,
so I ain't called, but I still ain't. It wasn't me though. But I remember that though.
Right. Other than that, I've definitely never called the cops, and yeah, but at the same time though, when people, the whole topic of defunding the police is now, and I think a lot of people again getting distracted by the word distraction. People are trying to be confused by the language. Well, but what about this old lady to call the cops and the woman? I believe, at least for me, we don't need to get rid of cops.
Yeah.
But because the real point is to defund them, to lower the budget and redistribute the money around. But also I can understand the argument saying, no, get rid of that shit. Let's find a new system or something. But, again, I believe even debating the semantics of it is the fucking distraction.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely don't think you could get rid of the police. Like,
but starting from scratch though, going through a whole process and making everybody go through it all over again, making it longer, more extensive.
I did see something.
Niggas be passing through after a month.
Yeah, I did see something that was saying like in other countries, like cops, like,
it's like a degree.
Like, low key, you gotta go through the gauntlet to become a cop.
It don't be no shootings. It don't be no killings.
And there be barely any killings in like 10-year spans. Like, yeah, like I definitely read something that was saying that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like if you were out in like some some white lady was just out acting crazy, whatever, like putting you in harm's way, like you wouldn't think to call the police, because if you a smart black man, you're not thinking to call the police, because at the end of the day, that shit can get flipped on you to the like, yo, like, and I feel like there's situations that have happened like that, like somebody called the police and then you the one getting thrown on the car and this, that, and the third, like, so I mean, I'm trying to think if I really never called the police. Cause I got AAA, so like when my car run out of gas, I don't need the police. I just call AAA. Like, for real.
I'm definitely not calling the cops when my car run again. That's the farthest thing from my mind. I'm gonna
that was the only thing I thought like maybe I may have called the police for before, but nah, I don't even think that. But yeah, I've never.
Yeah. Gotcha. Side note, so to y'all, what makes an album, like what are some traits or attributes to make our album good, great? Yeah, good and great. What like kind of separates it?
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna speak in terms of now, like what I'm listening to. So right now I'm listening to Nav's album a lot, like the whole thing really, and like I think it's a good album just because it makes me feel good, like, and yeah, like the vibe of it, and it makes me feel good. But like I wouldn't say it's a great album because it really doesn't have any substance. Like I feel like you need both of those factors, and like you can go deeper. I can go deeper into like deeper into those specific factors, but like with just the feel good like part is just the sound quality, like just how it makes you feel, like, you know, like, and then from a substance standpoint, like I will, for a great album, I will want to hear definitely you talking about something and telling me a story, and it doesn't have to be like a traditional storytelling in a traditional storytelling manner, but like it has to tell me, it has to teach me something. I have to learn a lesson or learn something about you. You know what I'm saying? That's what gives me a great album. If you can put both of those things together, like me feeling the vibe and you teaching me something about you or teaching me something about life or giving me a new perspective on something. I feel like that's what separates like the good from the great, because the good could just be like, damn, this is cool to listen to, like it sounds good in my ears, but like it could just be background music. You know what I'm saying? I don't gotta sit with it and study it and really like listen to it and listen to like and sit in with the lyrics. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like albums I really want, like I personally feel like Jaden Smith is slept on crazy. Like I love Sire, like, and I feel like I sat there with
You can hold in the face.
I sat there with when I was listening to that album, like I sat there on my computer, listened to it and watched the lyrics, paid attention to his cadences, like tried to really study it. And like I do that with everybody I like. So like the 4 people I named earlier, like I do that with like most of their music, like, and I study it. Like, so I feel like something that I can really like relate to and get something out of it, teach me, give me a new perspective, like that's what will make an album great. And if you can pair that with the just the feel good vibe of it, you know what I'm saying? So
how about you, Tom?
Good and great. You talking about on like a personal level, just like in general about, because I feel like me, I have like my picks on what I would consider good and great because of personal reasons. You know, like the time you might hear it because of something going through in your life, or that moment that they're speaking about in the album that might be speaking to my life right now at that moment. I have albums like that hit me at certain points, and I didn't grow up traditionally on a bunch of hip hop, so I feel like when I was in like middle school and even high school, some stuff was hitting me and became new, and depending on when it hit me and if it was good enough. Usually I feel like first the bar has to be set of like musicality, like production, and if you rapping, you hitting the bars right and all that. So if you got all that, and then you could tell me, like he said, a story. You teach me something. Like Kid Cudi, what was that? Is it Man on the Moon? That was a big album for me when that joint came out.
The classic. Yeah.
Rocky mixtape when he first came out was hitting. Like what Palace, Peso, What's Up? Them first couple tracks, like them first like 6, he was rolling. But it teetered. But the way that joint came in and when they came in with it, I thought it was great. Section 80, that was just a great album. And storytelling alone, just with the narration of around like the campfire and the way the whole story was told, I felt like when I heard that album, it was a lot of stuff that I was seeing when I was like, I think it was in my freshman year of college, going on that dealt right with that. So that's like that was one of my favorite Kendrick albums because of the spot it hit me in. That's when I was first listening to Kendrick. Like I think I heard a couple of his tracks off of the Kendrick Lamar EP. Yeah, but Section 80, yeah.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie to you.
He the nigga that put
I gotta
put
take
niggas on.
I gotta take Travis off, yo, and put Kendrick on. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Like I gotta do that because like that's there's no way. Like Kendrick influenced me like crazy when I was in, and like I feel like I was one of the first people who really knew about Kendrick, yo. I swear to God,
you're right, man.
I swear, yo. And
I heard
like,
about the Kendrick. No, because you felt passionate about it. But the EP was all right. The EP was cool to me, and even going back after going to Section 80 and going back, it's like I could see that he might go there. But Section 80 was it for me. When I heard Section 80, I knew this nigga was gonna be around for a while.
For sure.
That's why I'm telling you that he the GOAT over Wale. All right,
bro. When I heard,
Never disagreed.
When I heard Rigor Mortis, yo, I sat with that song and I was like, yo, I'm gonna learn every word.
I was rapping that.
I'm gonna learn every word of this song. I'm gonna be able to rap this song. Like,
it's funny. Like I can remember usually when I'm introduced to something. Like I remember. Shout out to Frisbee if he's watching, listen to this. Frisbee tweeted like something about Kendrick, and I was like, all right, I'll keep that in the back of my mind, whatever. And then Game. That might have been after though. Yeah, I don't think that happened yet. But then I listened to Section 80, and I was like, no, High Power video came out. I'm like, this is different. Like this is okay. And then I heard the album, and saying when Rigor Mortis came on, I said, wait a minute. Like,
that joint go super.
Yeah, that shit was a different experience that first time, and then what sealed it was the Game, that Red album. When he had the intro, the City.
No, he killed the City. That was
I was like,
no, that was one of my favorite tracks.
No, this still nigga is different. Like,
so for me with Kendrick, like it was before, like before Section 80, and then once I heard him on Drake album, I was like, yes, this nigga making it. Like. Once the Buried Alive, or the Buried Alive interlude, like I was like, damn, this nigga really about to make it. But like, I feel like the reason I forgot to put him on that top 4 because he's definitely there. He's probably second, to be honest, over Drake. It's just cause he's so absent now. Like I low key be forgetting about him. Like I be forgetting he's even like around. Like, but yeah, that's a side note.
Yeah, that's a whole.
I think No Name was talking about Kendrick and not Cole.
She was, and that's what made Cole even like that shows how. That's why I respect it even on a weird way of like Cole just a very honest person, but his insecurity literally leaped out. He jumped in front of the bullet that was gonna bow him.
But he stated that in the song, like he was
exactly.
Like that's people. Yo, people really not like. I don't know, yo. I feel like people just hear stuff and they just run with it. Like somebody makes some opinion and then everybody runs with it. Like people are literally sheep. Like people, whatever somebody say, everybody gonna run with it. Like yo, like you can interpret this a different way, or you can break it down and figure out something that somebody else didn't, and we can all come together with the pieces and be like, okay, here we have a collective meaning. Mm-hmm. But you know what I'm saying? Like people gonna take what one person said and just run with it, and now J. Cole's getting canceled, quote unquote.
And like, the fact that people even, and the same, like again, back to the nut shit, that fake ass reality. The fact that it caught so much energy, like again, if you think, like to me, the thing that saved the sentiment, where I feel like even if you didn't like, if you disagree with how Cole approached us, whatever, you'd be like, all right, whatever, this song not my favorite, it's whatever, but the fact that he ended it saying like, I could be doing more. To me, that summed it up. Like, no, this is really about me. The catalyst was No Name. And I'm thinking about myself like, damn, maybe I could be doing more. Maybe I could be more studied and tapped in, whatever, whatever. But niggas really made this song out to be a man against a woman. Like, it's like, that's all.
It is not. It is not.
If you all you have to do is listen to that last line, and that tells you right there, this is reflective. This is reflective.
But the opening line, I feel like the opening line, he's already coming in humble. He's telling you his opinion, like, and then
he called her queen. Like, come on, y'all.
Like,
oh, wait. Y'all know queen is just bitch and a head wrap. That's what niggas say now.
Yo, I mean, bro, that's somebody else saying anything.
Bro,
I mean, like,
I can't wait.
We can't say anything nice. Like, no. I feel like that's somebody who just want to turn something to make it bad. The same way how, like, you feel how I flip everything. It's like you can see the bad part of anything, a lot of things. People can make something out of nothing.
Yo, I've never heard
the glass half full and half empty. That's funny.
That's funny as shit.
You said this bitch with a hair wrap?
Queen is just bitch in a hair wrap, man. That's all it is. Yeah. You toxic ass pig. Don't call me a queen. You're trying to backhand compliment me. I know what you're doing. You toxic ass nigga.
That's how it be, yo.
But again,
saying that they. I mean, we can listen. Just like J. Cole said, though, I just think it's easier to catch bees with honey than vinegar, and that's basically what he was just trying to say. Like, because the whole tone situation about somebody, because I get it, but you yelling at somebody might turn some people away. I get that. I think that's all J. Cole is trying to say.
It's just like, bitch, you don't fucking know what I'm doing off this screen. It's like, like literally the tweet was like, but they can't even send a tweet.
I'm never tweeting.
Yeah, what is a tweet?
Yeah,
like, what does that even mean? So like, the fact that no one even had an issue with that initial thought, like, it's like, yo, this is a perfectly sound argument. She made all the sense in the world. Cole hates women. He's trying to silence a woman, and He actually been sexist this whole time. Go listen to No Role Models. I'm just like, all right. But literally, I'm like, no, it's the time. Like, this is only gonna get worse. Like, Twitter in 3 to 5 years is gonna just be just like constant, just bickering and just nonsense, just flying everywhere. I'm like, I see where it's going. It's cool, you know. And on that note, though, so what is your vision of happiness and success to you? Like, everybody's different. Some people will want to be a Currency. Some people want to be Drake. Some people want to be like a Kendrick or Cole. Niggas like Wale want to be Drake so bad. And it kills them even though he's fucking Wale. But I'm not Drake, so I'm nothing. So, like, what do y'all like? Some people want to be Chameleonaire, where, like, I had a hit, and I'm just a millionaire on the low with a bunch of tech money and venture capitalism and shit like that. And some people want to be like Nipsey, where before he died, he was already stamped and solidified and stacked up and respected, but he never really had the chart success. So what do y'all see yourself in, you know?
So for me, I mean, music is a passion of mine. So, like, I always want that to be a part of what I do. So, like, I would love to be able to, for music to take me somewhere else.
I'm out and challenge anybody.
I like talking, yo. I like stating my views. Like, honestly, like, for me, I feel like I'm a very honest person with what I feel like, and I feel like I say some of the things that people are thinking maybe, but they don't necessarily want to say. And that kind of might be a cliche, but I really feel like my views are different on things, and I take a step out and kind of look at a situation without putting myself in, without myself being in it. And those are kind of the things that is the impact I truly want to have on the world. Because I feel like, I just definitely feel like that will make the world a much better place if people just step out of themselves and realize their flaws and realize what they can do to make themselves better. If everybody does that, then everybody would be better. I mean, that's easier said than done, but at the end of the day, I want to show people that you shouldn't be scared to just say how you feel, or like say what you're truly thinking, like, because at the end of the day, communication is what's gonna fix everything. Like, if everybody communicates, people are gonna be able to understand. When people are able to understand, we can then make change based off of that understanding, if that makes sense. So
Yeah.
like, yeah, so like aside from, but I mean, I kind of went left from the question a little bit, my fault. But
Oh, you're good.
Success.
but yeah, but success for me would be like, definitely being able to do music full time and be able to have the impact that I just talked about, like, and be able to have a platform to like show people what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, I don't really have like a dollar amount on. I mean, obviously I want to be wealthy, but I feel like if I tap into my passions and do the things I need to do, like that will come. But like, that's not really what matters in the world. Like, what matters is you having your relationships in order and having an impact, leaving a legacy. I feel like, so like, that's really my idea of success. But I feel like money will come with that.
If you saw into a crystal ball and it said, in 20 years, you've only ever made cap 60,000 from your art. You're a full-time artist, whatever you're doing creative, you only make 60,000 from your art. What would you say to that? A year.
Oh, a year? I'll be fine with that because I have other things that I'm gonna do. Like, I have other things. Like, I've never been like a one-trick pony. I've always been a just go do what you gotta do type of person. Like, so, I mean, I quit my job to do something else. Like, to go off on my own and start doing my own thing. So like, the thing is, like, I've never been the type of person that's like, I know I'm gonna get it one way or another. Like, I'm gonna have what I need to live. But like $60,000 for my art, like that would be love. Like, and I feel like I would have no problem with that. Like, as long as I have people that I'm helping that are actually listening and understanding what I'm doing or what I'm portraying through my art, that's fine with me. Like, 60,000 is cool.
And how about you, Tom? Any thoughts besides that question, and then also the general thing, however you want to go first?
Well, I feel like it's an everyday thing. I'm already on the road to success because I'm in a direction. I'm on the path doing what I want to do. So I'm already in that realm. So it's just getting to a spot where I'm definitely comfortable with what I'm doing. I don't have nobody over me telling me what to do. I want to be my own boss at the end of the day and be in charge of everything I do and the way I move. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna keep developing as a person and evolving. So stuff might change. It might not go exactly to like we just said before. We make plans, but you gotta know how to pivot. So as long as you know how to pivot, you're gonna be cool. But everything that I got going on right now, I'm trying to just live in self-awareness and remember who I am. But I feel like I'm on the path to success. I just want to be happy. But the dollar amount, if I'm getting the money, I know I'm gonna need more than what I'm getting now. But if I can make what I'm making now off of music, I'm still fine because I'm not going to a job where I'm doing something working for Amazon. That's what's now I don't gotta do that. I'm making music and making money off that. I'm happy. At that point, I'm just gonna figure out how to double that, then triple that, then quadruple that. I'm just gonna keep finding ways to do that.
And that's the thing. I feel that's like, I'm not sure if a lot of people. Well, I know a lot of people don't like that's why usually a lot of successful or famous celebrity people, whatever, they end up going crazy or depressed. Like, I feel like they don't fully envision what their sense of happiness, like some type of bar or level or something like that, or like some type of foundation of like, this is what I need, this is where I need to be in a space of to be happy. So like before they get to the success stuff. So it's like they're not really sure what they want or what they need, and then they just launched into this whole new world of like whirlwind of success with it. Then they like, damn, I really never really knew what I wanted. But I feel like you get that focus before something changes. There's like, oh no, I'll prepare for this. So like once I go up or down, as long as I'm here where I always want to be in the first place, I'm good. And I agree. Like, if of course I would of course I would love to be a multi-millionaire or whatever, but I definitely know I don't need that by any means. If I never make $1 million in a year, I'm totally fine. Like, I'm cool. Yeah, if I made 50,000 a year, from just doing what I only wanted to do. Nobody over me, all creative type passion pursuits, whatever. I am totally happy and content with that. And like you said, then it's all about you. If you choose to, some people don't want to. No, I'm good. I'll do this rest of my life and die. But yeah, if you choose to, all right, now figure out how to multiply that. But you still doing it your way and what you want to do, whatever type shit. But if you have that in mind first, then all right, yeah, bet I got it now. I got a map of where I need for my own personal fulfillment and shit like that.
Yeah.
And but also we forgot to tie the other topic. But the perfect album thing, like, so because it all stemmed out having a conversation where, like, for me, a great album, it can't have, like, if it's 16 tracks, it can't have like more than to be great, it can't have really more than 2 skips for me to be like a great album. And then my man was telling me that, like, he like, your perspective, we kept talking, like, your perspective more so like what is missing, what you missing from the album. My perspective, his perspective was like what I get from the album. So he's like, I don't really care if I hate half of it, but as long as but if I got 10 great songs, that's 10 great songs. So like, yeah, that's a really good album or what. I'm like, I don't care if I got 20 great songs. If I had to skip 20, this shit is ass. Like, I don't, like, it don't matter to me. Like,
half of it was not near.
Half can't be a pass. Like, it's just no math on earth.
That's a fact.
So y'all, like, what is like y'all skip level? Also, how do y'all like deal with like maybe like the albums y'all down? I know me, if I skip a song, I delete it. It don't exist no more. It's not on my phone ever again. I don't look at it. Some people just leave it on there. They just skip it every time though.
Yo, so like with me, I'm like an OCD type of person with that. So like, if I
delete interludes. I don't like interludes on my shit. Like, I delete them.
So I don't like having like only having certain songs from an album on my phone. Like I gotta like have the whole thing. Like it's weird.
Even if you don't listen to it.
Yeah, even if I don't listen to it. Like I just don't like seeing that it's just those 2 songs there. But like to answer the question, like my skip ratio, I feel like, yeah, like if it's 10 or more songs, but a skip is different from like, I feel like a skip has to do with replay value.
I'm with you. I'm rolling. Yeah.
But like,
it was cool the first
if
time.
the album could flow through, that's different. Cause like at that point, if I really want to sit there, if I'm just going to the album to listen to certain songs, like, yeah, I'm only listen to maybe like 5 of them. But like out of 15, if it's 15, you know what I'm saying? And that still could be a great album for me. If when I want to listen to the whole album, I don't feel like, damn, I gotta wait 3 minutes till this joint over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, as long as I don't feel like that, I feel like it could still be great.
I agree. Like, yeah, so it's a difference between like something that's trash, this don't exist no more, and something that's like, you know, it's situational. Like,
right.
To Pimp a Butterfly is a perfect album for the most part. You know,
I can't listen to that joint. Only Mortal Man. That's it.
Wow. Oh man.
All right, no, I might be saying.
But why not though?
I might be saying anything, but the Mortal Man is the only joint I really like remember on that. No. I'm tripping.
Yeah,
to me, just like I've seen great movies, and I'm like, I don't have to go see that again.
Right.
That's why I consider To Pimp a Butterfly.
Yeah.
Because I just went back to it recently, and I said this joint is fire again. I listened to like
whenever I feel like really digesting it, it still give me the same effect. Like, wow, this shit is.
Yeah.
What is he truly talking about? Like, I feel like he tried to decode. No, I feel like he tried to decode his message a little bit too much, or not like code his message a little too much.
To Pimp a Butterfly. I mean, the first track.
I feel like he was just doing. I feel like he was being extra. Like,
no.
Am I the only one?
I feel like
you was man, Tone. Get your man.
No, it might have been. Time out. Hold up. You might not just be ready mentally for that album. I feel like sometimes it's like I wasn't ready to listen to that. It's the same way I think when people talk about even like Hove on this new stuff, is like I'm not there yet in life, so it doesn't relate to me.
All right, yeah.
Or stuff, or some of the topics that he's talking about.
Because I'm looking at
when
the
you
track
think about
list right now,
the track list, like
complexion go crazy.
How much $1 costs?
But Wesley's,
yeah.
But even the way it come in, Wesley's
Wesley's There is a great song to me. That's a great intro.
Like how it start with the sample and then it goes into that. Yeah, I feel like you just ain't listened to it in a while, and you probably just forgot.
But what I was about to say was, even though to me it's a perfect album, the example I was gonna say was depend on the. Well, it's not depend on the day. Like for the most part, I never listen to For Sale. Like I never listen to that song. It's just whatever. But you know, if someone else controlling the music and the song is just flowing, I can listen to it. It's cool, but I'm not gonna say it's a bad song. But it's like, it's whatever type shit, whatever. But to me, that don't take away from the rating of it. Still perfect, and I get why it's on the album still as well. That's not to do. If I understand why it's here, also, regardless if I love it or not, it fits of what was going on in this whole thing.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, I agree with you. But for even For Sale.
Yeah. He said, "What we talking about, boy? I was about to close this whole episode."
Yo, everybody.
After he done forced the man into the Mount Rushmore, then he gonna be like,
"Pimp Butterfly is not the one." Like that's. Yeah. That was what they gave like a 96 or something, like on the.
It did. How about this though? So I'll ask y'all, see if y'all heard about this. What does the title "Damn" mean to y'all? It's okay if it's nothing. If you never thought about it, because it's okay.
Yeah, I never read much into it. I just was like,
I never thought of it.
Like, damn, that's pretty
small. I thought it was. I mean, my initial thought was just like, damn, like shit is fucked up. Like,
right. Y'all remember hearing about the double album that was supposed to come out? Not going in reverse.
Yeah.
So that's when I first was like, this might be different. They said initially it's supposed to be a second album that dropped the next week. And it was gonna be called Nation, and then put together as Damnation. I'm like, that's fire. Like, okay, that's interesting. But it never happened, so who fucking knows? I always wonder, what is damn with it? So anyway, I went down a wormhole one day and I was reading some shit. And of course, there's a fan theory, but I'm like, I can roll with this fan theory. They was like, of course, like all Kendrick albums, but this wasn't no different, whatever. There's a lot of biblical references and shit like that with Dorado, whatever, this and that. Life and death is played with a lot. And it was like, the album was just a play on going through the emotions of life and different emotions, shit like that, whatever. And that's why it's a reverse factor. If you listen to it front to end or in the back, it's like no matter what you go through, no matter which way you go about it, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't.
That's crazy.
I was like, that's fire. Like
the way you play it, yeah.
Wait, because weren't they saying like the album is really backwards?
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's backwards, right? Like the story is backwards.
Yeah, and you can play either way per se, depending on what storyline you want, kind of whatever shit. And you damn, you know.
I mean, that does fit though. Yeah. So you damn either way.
Yeah, and I was like, of course, if Kendrick came out and said that, I was like, ooh, that's super fire. Yeah, wait a minute. What's not that able to say though? Would y'all? We already talked about the cops thing, or whatever. What are y'all? Are y'all part of the wave of saying fuck all cops? I don't give a fuck about them type shit, or like, or what are y'all thoughts on those type things?
Go ahead.
The institution of them, the way they move, is like the same way like you might breed a certain animal to do a certain thing. I just feel like the same thing with this is, and regardless of what y'all are telling me, I'm seeing all of the, first off, it's the stories, and then it's the stuff that we have seen from the past. And now we have cameras on every phone and on every corner, and now we're seeing stuff that y'all never wanted us to see. And we're seeing stuff that's hidden after months. The Ahmaud Arbery was one right there. So it just made me think of how many other cases have been like this for years that y'all haven't wanted us to see.
Facts.
And when I just think about,
and real quick, so when we had a debate about if is oppression is better now and better then, one of the points my man made that I had to tell him years later, I'm like, no, you was probably right about that. But he told me back then, he's like, yo, Harvard did a study that they tallied the lynchings of like the rate, like let's say someone got lynched every 15 minutes or something like that back then, and they said with the cop killings, it's the same exact ratio. Of like we get killed by the cops the same way that people got lynched back then. And back then it was hard for me to wrap my mind around it. I'm just like, it's just no way it's the same. But that was probably 2 years ago. And since then I'm like even during this whole visual hyper whatever. we seeing everything and talking about everything right now for the past 3 months. We all been indoors. Everybody's tweeting. Everybody passing around footage and shit like that. And you have the certain notable cases: George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor. Those like the 5 or 10 people in the past few months. But even in the midst of those, it's been other parts like, what about this one? They tried to hide or cover up. We didn't hear about this one. This one from 3 months ago. This one from a year ago. I'm just like, yo, like that's also like stat. I think they said like 250 people, like cops, got killed. I mean, 250 people got killed by the cops and like some crazy ass. I think since like January or something. I'm like, what? Like, so yeah, that was the perspective when you said like. I'm going to just sit there thinking that, but like, yeah, it's just like the shit that's going on, and yeah, I'm sorry.
Nah, for me, it's just I don't think that they here for me and for people that look like me. The evidence shows it. Like I see the way they treat certain people. I see the way it goes, and it's like the same way. Like you ain't trying to just throw like the cops that did what they did with George Floyd. It's the same as them cops that ran into that white lady and did this. I'm not trying to just say like, cause those it'd be all different situations with different cops. Sure. But when I see all these incidents where everybody look like me getting off, and then every time it's a disagreement with somebody that look like them, they be cool. Mm-hmm. All the incidents of you already got Dylan Booth and all that, and all that, bro. You giving them Burger King, you taking them this, you treating them nicely, you handcuffing them nicely, you giving them water, like. Come on now. And you just mad because like I got pulled over before for driving and the cop yanked the door handle. Door was locked. But my thing is, it was because I went across I made a left, I guess before he did, when he was just sitting at a light, and then he pulled me over. But he was livid. Nothing happened, nobody's hurt, and you grabbing on the door handle. All I'm thinking of, I had to be about 17, 18 when this happened. I'm in a car with both of my parents, and I'm just thinking, what if the door was unlocked? What would have happened? How far would I have gone? And then the cop was yelling at me talking about an incident that happened with him. Why are you so effing fragile? That's where I'm like, yeah, because we in an environment. but yeah, I just don't. I don't get that. I just don't get that. So
yeah, I remember one video.
They need to be dismantled. Everybody need to be re-educated. Everybody they tests need to be way harder because they made the SAT hard in their test. So that's just crazy. I had tests in school that's hard in the test that these cops are passing, and then they want to come to me saying all this bullshit. So
well, first of all, the test is not it. They're being brainwashed. They're definitely being brainwashed to do the things that they're doing. Cause you gotta peep, like it's not just white cops doing this to like the shit that happened in Atlanta, yo, with the Morehouse girl, the Morehouse boy and the Spelman girl.
Mm-hmm.
You see that
was driving?
That was crazy. Yeah.
They tased them. That was like 6 black cops. Like, but for me to answer that question, it is fuck the police.
And real quick though, and that was right after Killer Mike and T.I. said all that nut shit. Like, we don't be having these issues in Atlanta. We don't
have it.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel like
like they said, show them, we the same. Like,
but you were saying though, you said fuck the cops.
Yeah, like for me, it is fuck the police. Like, as a whole, like as the institution, like I can't say nothing but fuck the police. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like I said, for me, I always take a step back and be like, yo. Some of these police are still regular, like people who are just trying to do their job. And it may seem few and far between, but there are those people. There are those police who really are trying to do their job and trying to do it right. White police and black police that are trying to do the right thing. Like that's just a fact. There are some out there. And the thing is, like you gotta take a step back and realize, like the same way you're a person and you got a job, they a person and got a job too. So they gotta get out, go home and provide for their family too. Like I said, as a whole, it really
some just seem like get lost in the shuffle. And my main thing is like humanity. So it's just like, I guess if you maybe signed up and you was thinking that I'm gonna protect and serve, seem like a lot that get lost away with a lot of guys.
But like I said, bro,
but
they're getting brainwashed to do the things that they do. Like it's coming out in the news where they're saying like, yeah, like this this police force was taught to use excessive force. Like they were taught this type of style training. I forget exactly what it was, but it was some like military or so, I don't know. I don't want to misspeak, but like it was some type of
they equipped them for us like they go into war.
Mm-hmm.
And that just be my part about like just asking questions. And I feel like you're right. It is a system that stops us from asking questions. The big thing for me is like ask questions and not be reprimanded for asking questions. A lot of these institutions that we start out in reprimand us for asking questions. Don't ask no questions. But don't ask that. Don't ask about that. My thing is, why we got tanks? Why we got all this? For what? The people? We gonna use it on them. But I do agree with what you're saying.
I mean, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah, that's just a lot. That's a big
National Guard and whatnot. That's a whole nother thing.
These forces.
Yeah. I be looking at the cops like.
I mean, it was cops that was looking like Power Rangers. Like for real.
Suited up like
for real.
Why
like, it was crazy. Like they was really looking like Power Rangers.
Like I ain't even had on it.
Yeah. I look at like me personally. I never say fuck all the cops, whatever. But I definitely again, I understand it, whatever. But I generally just look at cops like white people. So it's like I don't really fuck with y'all as a whole, but I also understand there's plenty of individuals within this demographic that are cool, and I don't go into a scenario of thinking something or being like, oh, I'm not gonna fuck with you because of this. But it's like I know it's probably a high likelihood I'm not gonna fuck with you because of this. Like, but it's like if it happens, I'm not surprised or disappointed. I'm like, okay, status quo. If it we click, I'm like, wow, I'm impressed.
Exactly.
A good white person or a cool white person, or like a cool cop, like a cop that, and even with the cop shit, even more nuanced though, because when people be talking about like, yo, there are good, of course, we all know there are good cops with them. Anybody that's being objective and not emotional, you know there are good cops out there. Yeah. However, I understand someone trying to be like, no, fuck them good cops though, because same if enough good cops spoke up, we won't be in a situation with Yemen right now. Like, if a cop is seeing a cop doing some drawing shit, you should stop that. And I see a few cops on Twitter always saying, if I was there, all right, nigga, whatever. Like a lot, it's easy to say what you would have did, but you know, a lot of y'all don't be doing shit. But at the same time, I understand it. That's why I'm saying, like, people just shouldn't be. That's why I wouldn't be a cop though, because I'm not trying to be in this internal conflict of like my morals and what's right. Because I can understand nigga being like, yo, like I want to stop this, but I don't want to be a piranha in a situation where like I call for backup and niggas don't come because they don't fuck with me, or my captain fuck me over what I'm trying to do, whatever. And then I'm in a hostile working environment where my life is on the line every day. So I'd rather just relax and just go along with the flow of things. I'm outnumbered. But if you can't deal with that, don't be a fucking cop, nigga. You took a vow to protect and serve. So, you know, yeah.
But that's what I was saying about just realizing like, yo, like these are people who have people to provide for too. Mm-hmm. So it has like, so on that level, it is kind of like, yo, can I really say something? Can I really risk getting fired and losing my crib where I got 2 kids that I got to pay for school and do this, that, and the third? And that's where it goes to the situation is, listen, like I got to look at what's right in front of me. That goes back to that, like circling back to that. It goes back. Like I got my family right in front of me. Mm-hmm. I have to provide for them. So I have to find some type of way. And it's like, all right, I could go start I could get fired and go start a new career. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
know what you're saying.
Everybody can't be a martyr. Everybody cannot be a martyr. Everybody cannot be a martyr. That's just what it is. Like,
I cannot be a martyr.
Yeah, like everybody can't be a martyr. Like that's just what it is. And I mean,
everybody definitely not willing to be, for sure. That's the fact.
I was about to say that. I was about to say it's the choice though. That's what I was going through.
Yeah, no.
Because everybody's not going to want to be. Everybody not willing to.
What I was about to say after that was like, everybody is. I said everybody's not.
You said everybody can't be a martyr.
Yeah, everybody can't be a martyr.
And that's what I was thinking. Like,
but then I was going to follow that up with everybody. If everybody chose to be a martyr at the same time, we would have exponential growth, literally, but that's unrealistic. So like that's not gonna happen. Right. So at the end of the day, everybody's thinking on their terms. Like, oh, like I'm not about to get all 20 of these good cops here to just say fuck it and we gonna all just walk out. You know what I'm saying? So because somebody is late on fucking mortgage or something.
Mhm.
Somebody cannot do it right now. Like, so it's all circumstantial. Like, it's never just going to line up like that. So that's why I said, like,
And that's probably why at the beginning, like we said, you got to tear the whole shit down, build it back up, because
that's how I
But
feel.
yo, if you tear the shit down, there's gonna be like, nigga, I would have to live underground for a few months. Like,
no, but that's because
like,
that's probably the way you're thinking about going by. You got a plan. Still a plan has to be
Right.
set up to do it the proper way. To do it a way that's not, things aren't gonna just be mayhem and it's gonna be lawless.
Right. No purge shit. It's a way
not
to
gonna
do
be
it.
like, I don't, unless they want that shit to happen.
but I'm saying,
Like-
yo, y'all don't think Trump would do some petty shit like that? Like, oh, y'all don't want police? Fuck it, we ain't gonna give y'all no police. Like, yo, I could see.
He can't control shit.
He can do whatever he wants. I really feel like, all right.
Sorry, I'm about to say, yeah,
I'm taking it to an extreme, but like,
he
yo,
can say with like,
it just showed that, like, there's just a lot that just gets overlooked. Like, there's just a lot that gets overlooked, in my opinion. Like, obviously, I'm speaking in extreme terms right now, but like, that's just how I feel. Like, I just feel like at the end of the day, like, taking away, I mean, somebody just gotta redo the system. Like,
that's what I'm saying. All I'm saying is it's going to take work, but it can be done. It's been done before. It can be done. We got all these powerful minds, all this technology now. It can be done. It's just, the thing is, do people want it to happen? That's the only thing. And right now, we're pushing. We're pushing for that, and we got the momentums of. I don't know. I just think everybody need to keep pushing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think all cops bad, but yeah, the system is horrible. The system is horrible.
It's the system.
It breathes. Yeah.
It breathes. Also, though, one of the last questions. So kind of what you were saying of, like, you know, all cops can't do this. Everybody can't be a martyr or whatever. And it made me think about, like, to me, that's a different thing, though, because of course, like, you took a vow and you have a higher thing. You got a badge and a gun, so you kind of feel like if you can't do it, you probably shouldn't be doing this job or whatever. But I can understand on a human level, though. But whatever, though. But I feel like you said earlier, we were talking about, you know, everybody can't be doing the same shit. Everybody got roles. I feel people also, again, the distractions. People want to be like, oh, why you not tweeting? Why you not doing this, whatever. But I know I thought about that with, like, even during. So the question will be, what is y'all form of protest or whatever? And I was thinking about that where, like, cause a lot of people was like I know with me, I've always been tapped in what was going in and passionate about, you know, what's right or wrong, whatever. But I was never going out to protest though, because I was on, like, me personally, back when shit was going on, I was super high on the COVID propaganda shit. I was like, no, I'm on super lockdown. I was going to do some family shit, whatever. So I'm like, I can't afford to be going out, whatever. I'm just like, nah, I'm good, whatever. But against me, what's more important is I'm not speaking out against it. I'm with the shits. I understand it's necessary. I'm happy and proud of it. Let's keep them going. But I'm good here, though, whatever. But I feel like that's okay, though. Like, but I feel like as people, when they just feel like being distracted and want to just be like, I want to be heard right now. If you ain't out here protesting, you ain't shit, you ain't doing this or whatever, it's like, or like, if you ain't tweeting memes all day and George Floyd portraits, you don't really care, and this and that. And it's like, dog, again, you don't fucking know me. You don't know this person. I don't know you. So nothing you put on the screen tells me anything for that's what you want me to see on the screen. I don't fucking mean shit, whatever. But in the day, I do think it's an interesting question about, like, what is your form of protest, and if anything during these current state of times, whatever. And I was having a conversation with someone. They was like, they was one people like a Kendrick critics at the time. They're, where is Kendrick doing and whatever. And it was a group discussion. One person was like, no, but like anybody can be doing anything. Like, you know, he's like, I got a relative that would never be really heavy on posts and shit like that, whatever, would never go out to a protest because they're not emotionally equipped to be dealing with that much energy and shit like that, whatever. But they buy black primarily. They are very passionate about buying black and telling people about buying black. And that's a powerful thing, whatever. And there's plenty of people that go super hard with other shit, but won't buy black though. So it's like, that's okay though. That's your prerogative. I'm not about to strike you down because you ain't buying black deodorant from somebody. Like, it's cool. Like, but I feel it's just cool to be aware of, like, what am I doing? And it's okay that I'm not doing this because that's not meant for me type thing. So I think it just, you know, it's nuance. So, but back to y'all, what do y'all think of some things that y'all feel y'all do, or maybe things y'all want to do, whatever type thing?
I've been educating myself more.
Necessary.
I would say these moments, yeah, they have caused me to feel. I feel like anybody that sees, especially like the George Floyd video, that's how bad. And then it's just like, it's really everything. But this whole thing, I feel like, yeah, it was like, when I was been thinking like, this kind of like a perfect storm. Once the COVID thing happened and then all this happened, I'm like, bruh, nobody was seeing all this happening. And it's just crazy. But for me, it just led me to self-education. Like, because for me, I got a wife and son, I got people at home. So I'm just trying to do the best I can for, again, me and the ones around me. And I'm trying to really affect my world. In my world, I don't have a big platform just like everybody else. So I'm just trying to affect everybody on my level. If I can have everybody on my level more educated, I feel like they can reach their people in their world.
Each one teach one. For
exactly.
sure.
And through that process, when we already take the mentality on that, I feel like everybody's just educate themselves more. I just think about school, how much I did not learn from them. All this stuff that they was telling us was not true. All this stuff that they leaving out. Yeah, I think everybody just should educate themselves more. But that's what I'm doing in this process. But everybody got their role. Some people need to be out there protesting. Like if the elderly don't need to be out there, that's what the youth is for. So you got everybody out there to play their role. I feel like we need the people that need to listen more. But educate yourself for the most part.
I like it.
Yeah, I personally feel like everybody everybody has to play their role. I feel like the people who are out there like on the front lines protesting, like you said, like there's been a lot of people out there, like kids. I think people bring their kids out there. Like I don't know if that makes sense, or like elderly people and stuff like that. Like Tony said, like I feel like the young people are the people that need to be out there protesting. Like people around my age, I have not been to any protests though, because I just feel like that's not me. That's not productive for me. Like, and that's just because of who I am. Like I'm not going to be out there yelling at the police, like, you know what I'm saying, like causing a ruckus, like whether it's a peaceful ruckus or, you know, that looting shit. Like I'm not doing neither of those. Like that's not me. My way is, for me, is I got little cousins and I got people that's coming up under me that I need to talk to about my experiences and make sure they understand how to handle certain situations and things like that. Like personally, I feel like the protest is definitely necessary, like going out and making noise. Like that's 100% necessary, because that's what's going to get people's attention. But when all that settles, when the dust settles from that, what's really going to matter is you teaching people how to handle themselves and teaching people how to go about certain things so that they can either avoid getting into a situation like that, or know how to handle themselves in a situation like that, or
so
even
increase the chances of getting out of it.
Right. Or even teaching the people who are causing these situations to maybe see a different perspective. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like those are the things that are going to be most important in the long run. But right now, while we have this voice and people are listening to the ruckus, let's make the ruckus. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I feel. But I definitely, like, that's not me. Like, I haven't been to any of the, I haven't been just because, like, I was thinking about going, but it's like, still, I wasn't gonna be one of the people. Like, I would feel like if I went, I would feel like, yo, I'm just here to say I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like that type of thing. And I don't want to be that type of person. I never want to be that type of person. I'm all about genuity. So like, I want to be genuine about the things that I'm doing. And I don't ever want to be the person there taking pictures so I could show people like, yo, I was at these protests.
It's always interesting when people do take certain pictures of themselves there. It's like, you really wanted that photo shoot look like.
Like, you needed that.
Like, you can literally see that. And then everybody's posting on the gram, like, I was at the protest, like, I took these pictures, this, that, and the third. Like, but I promise you, you was in the middle between everybody else, making sure you wasn't in no harm's way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it be those people. Like,
and I agree with you. Like, I could definitely say, besides the whole COVID shit, like, I haven't been to a protest since, like, I went to the Mike Brown shit years ago, whatever. And even then, you know, of course, I'm just not going to be yelling. That's just not me.
Yeah, exactly.
But in hindsight, as more tragedy continue to happen, whatever, I'm just like, that's not me. Like, no, I definitely respect it. It needs to happen. Again, as long as I'm not against it, you good. Now I was just like, no, I'm just not moved to do that. Like, I'm not moved to want to go out and be marching somewhere or even be looting. I respect, nigga, get your free shit. We've been oppressed for 400 plus years. Fuck, go get your shit, nigga. I'm not really moved to do that. However, if I'm driving past and I saw a nigga running through a Foot Locker, park real quick. Yeah, I get in the mix for that. But it's like, I'm not moved to go. It was niggas called, yo, they better go to King of Prussia. I'm not about to fucking drive to King of Prussia, nigga. I'm not.
Exactly. You gonna make it a mission to
Hey,
go there.
I'm not gonna lie, that low key happened to me, yo. I was driving, this is a side note. I was driving down Broad Street. I hear all this commotion. I see a fire truck dip down Walnut. So I make a left down. I'm trying to go to Cadoba on 16th and Walnut. So I make a left on Walnut. I'm driving down the street. I'm like, yo, all these niggas in the street. I see smoke down the street, fires. I'm like, yo, what is happening? So mind you, I don't know what I'm thinking about. I'm still trying to get to Cadoba somehow. So then I get to where the Cheesecake Factory is. I see them banging on the AT&T store right there. So they smacking that joint, bro. They got in. It looked like bugs. Like as soon as that joint bust, it looked like bugs. Just everybody ran in the AT&T store. Yo, I dipped off. I got out of there so fast. Like, yo, that was too crazy.
Yeah, being downtown, that's funny. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Before I switch, anybody else want to say anything? Any last thoughts that they want to?
Oh yeah, I was trying to say something about the protest. I forget.
Yeah, you talking about being moved to do it. You don't want to be yelling and being out. You don't want to go out your way.
Oh yeah. I was saying one thing I've been asking myself though is like, what if this shit happened to like Tony or like my brother? Would I would definitely probably be out there. So like I be asking myself that because I know that like me just being honest with myself. Yeah. I know if that happened to somebody like super close to me, I would be out there. But for sure. But that's off of I'll be out there and fuck around, get myself killed. But I would say, you know what I'm saying? Because like, and that's not smart. That's strictly off of emotion.
Emotion, for sure. Yeah, I know me. Of course, I don't 100% know, but I can almost closely assume. I know myself that like I still wouldn't, because I would just, like you just said, I would be too enraged that I know I need to be away and just to myself that I'm not about to be around a bunch of people just yelling. Yeah, that's don't even make sense from my.
The same thing, like knowing your role and like saying that everybody got their different parts. Like, see, if something like that would have happened to your family member, it's like you're automatically adopted in with everybody else. It's like when George Floyd was going, like at his funeral, they had everybody there. Trayvon Martin, everybody had a connection. Somebody was there. Now they're all connected because of this thing that, just because of this fucked up thing that happened. You got cops killing their family members. Now they're all connected for some reason. So for that reason, I would say, of course you would be out there, but it's not all of our roles to be out there. Some of us need to be out here fighting the law. Some of us need to be out here educating our brothers and sisters and getting the young ones together and just getting them out the way and teaching them something better than just, I'm sitting here bored, so now I end up doing something wrong. So as long as we playing our roles, I mean,
and everybody not equipped.
You know your role.
It's I know my mom. My mom is not equipped if something happened to me to be out fucking marching somewhere. Like she's gonna want to kill somebody there. Like she's not gonna be there to be like, sign this petition, march. Oh, I just want to find everybody. I want to find a cop to murder him. That's all I want to do right now. So if he's out here, I'm gonna kill him right here. I don't give a fuck about all the other shit you're talking about with her. So everybody not equipped emotionally, mentally, even doing type of things and shit like that. Like so.
Yeah, I agree. And there was just a lot of people out there. It was just a lot of people out there who wasn't even. The shit just had nothing to do with George Floyd. Like it just had.
Some people just out there mad.
But that's because like that type of shit. Again, like being against things, it's like I understand it. Like you got people just frustrated. It's the tipping point of frustration of George Floyd, COVID, Trump, this crazy ass year, Kobe dying, honestly, and then. All of that on top of 400 years of the same shit happening over and over again. So nigga, I want a free iPhone. Or like, nigga, I want some pills to go flip and sell. knocking stuff out. You know, niggas doing a lot of shit. But to go into like some speed round questions, you'll see where your head is at in general sense. Speed round. So if you had to choose to live life without one of your 5 senses, which would it be?
Wait, say it again.
If you had to choose to live life without one of your senses, which would it be?
Smell. Definitely smell.
Okay.
Smell. Yeah.
You said smell?
No, I know if you wanted both. Yeah, I say smell.
Oh yeah, both of y'all. I thought y'all both agreed automatically. Yeah.
Smell.
If you're in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or cheered up?
Cheered up. Yeah.
Okay. How about you, Tom?
But it depends.
Hold on. I was about to say repeat the question. Yeah.
Oh, if you're in a bad mood, do you prefer to be left alone or cheered up?
I was about to say, like, when he started saying depends, that's what I was thinking. Like,
generally, average.
Average. Probably cheered. I would say cheered up because at one point in my life, I would think it was left alone, but I know now it's cheered up.
Left alone, just leave me in my thoughts.
Exactly. It used to be left alone, but I know that's not good for me.
Left alone, just leave me in my thoughts. So nah.
Cheered up.
Yeah, definitely cheered up.
Okay, that's good. If you can master one skill you don't have now, what would it be?
Mine would definitely
master.
Master.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I ain't think of all this.
Nothing really?
Out of nowhere, just because
low key, like reading people. Yeah, definitely reading people for me. If I could master reading people.
No, that's a good thought. Just to think about
literally,
just to pick that out the hat is like, yeah.
Literally be able to.
First time answer.
Yeah, I was about to ask you. That sounds like a first time answer. Like, ready to read people. I wouldn't even thought of that. Like, yeah. Shit.
You doing a pass, Tone?
Yeah, I'm out there say some generic stuff. I'm about to say regular skill. Like,
nah, because
reading people would be great.
Because you could do that to help people. You could use that
in so many ways and bad. Yeah, I'm about to say so many ways. Help yourself, help us.
Yeah, I'm not good at I'm gonna say I'm not good, but it's times when I'd be like, damn, I wasn't good in that situation where, like, you know, it was or I ain't gonna say no. I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people. I'm not always good at knowing how to react to something to be like that they will want from their perspective. I kind of be only knowing how to. I'm like, well, that wouldn't bother me, so why are you bothering? Or like, so I feel that's like a different facet of like reading. It's like, no, I'm reading this correctly, but I'm not that good at reacting best for you to, you know, whatever type shit. Would you rather discover something great and share it, or evil and prevent it? I am baffled.
I think
evil and prevent it.
Okay. You say the same thing?
Yeah, I think evil and prevent it.
Okay, interesting. Would you rather lose all your old memories and only be able to make new ones, or not be able to make new ones and keep the old ones?
New
ones. Yeah.
You can make new ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And forget the old?
Yeah.
All right, damn. That's the first time I ever had someone answer that fast. So very interesting.
Bro?
Yeah, niggas be like, hold on, like I
don't know. Dwelling on the past. I feel like it's the past.
I gotta be going somewhere.
Yeah, like I'm forward thinking. Like I don't know. That's why I was that quick. Like,
I gotta be going somewhere, and I feel like I just feel like just looking at the past is like, what you gonna do with that?
Honestly,
reminisce. That's it.
Yeah, like honestly,
Like,
honestly, I think I would keep my past and just live in the present and just not be able to like this shit, just whatever. It just doesn't nothing
Oh,
retains.
wait, all right.
oh, that's
So
what you
I
meant
was
by
looking
that?
at it
All
wrong.
right.
Yeah.
I was looking at it like you can't do nothing new. Like,
Yeah, I know.
No. You just don't retain nothing new that's gonna happen to you. Like,
You don't retain it. Oh, so it won't be a memory? Okay, got you.
right. Your
It won't
old
be in my memory bank.
all you'll have. Like
The old, everything
in that
before,
case,
everything I'll hold.
then in that case,
Yeah, that changes it.
in that case, yeah. Then
I know some people really say, no. Like some people have thought long and hard about it, and then be like, yeah, fuck the past. Like I'm good. Like that was great, but I'd rather keep everything that's coming towards me type shit. Like I can get it. Like so the niggas start thinking now. Like
yeah, I'm staying with fuck the past.
Okay, cool. Same tone.
Yeah.
I can't see nothing
because
really
all my people is still gonna be here, right? Like all the people.
And you'll still recognize people from your past, no matter even if you lose that, you just won't remember shit. So you still recognize your mom or tone shit like that. Like,
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I'm still on what I first said.
Right. Cool. What stands between you and happiness? Just blanket question.
Myself, like definitely 100% myself.
Okay. Same time.
That's crazy.
100% myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like it's me when I got the same man. I agree with him myself.
Okay. Who is the most important person in your life, and how can you improve that relationship with them? And not saying the entire story, but you know, a way that you could personally.
In a way you can improve it.
Yo, the most important person in my life changes at certain times due to, or just maybe because of their situation, what they're going through, and like things like that. I definitely feel like at this point right now, the most important person in my life is probably my brother. Just cause like I just want to see him do what he wants to do so bad, and I see him how hard he works, and like he just be going through it low key. So like I just want to see him break out of that, and it's like all him. Like it's not like nothing really crazy be happening. It's just all him. Like and like we're thinkers, so like we overthink ourselves, and when stuff don't happen, like we get down on ourselves, but like we pick it back up. But like he has a little harder time like picking it back up. So I think he's the most important. I just want to like a lot of things I'm doing, like I just want to see him break through that mold. So like I feel like he's the most important person right now.
You too?
I mean, it's kind of cliche, but my wife, because for me, she made me see some things in me that I didn't notice. So it's like, that's the main thing, like the flaws, the good things, like pulling out, like, I check myself more, and she points out the things I don't want to see. But it'd be hard, but it's necessary for me to see. I want to see about, but the inner me don't. But it's like it's necessary. It's like the conversation with myself. It's like, dang, you mentioned this. It's like sometimes you might not want the friend to say something, but she gonna tell me. Like I don't agree with that. So I got somebody I know that's always in my corner, looking out for my best interest. Even when I might feel like she wrong, I know it's always the heart in the right place. So yeah, I mean she. It was like a second part.
How can you go about improving? Oh, I think you can answer as well. Like, how can you go about improving a relationship? Yeah.
Improving it is just
in one way or something.
listening, and actually, I feel like self is a lot of times the priority, but it's really like just really taking myself out of it. Pretty much, I can make it better by taking myself out of it to the point where like I'm not always. What I'm trying to say, sometimes my wants or desires, I know might not correlate to even sometimes the path that I'm on, because I feel like there's been a time where I'm just trying to figure out life. Like you might be going one direction and realize like I don't want to go down this road no more. Like this road not really, I'm going down here, it's not gonna make me end up where I really truly want to be. So I don't know. I feel like just getting out the way of myself.
Okay. How about you and your brother? Anything?
Yeah, so for me, I feel like it's definitely just understanding, like trying to better understand the situation. Because I think you were saying this too, like it was like sometimes like people say stuff and it's like, well, I don't get it because I wouldn't do that, or I wouldn't that just don't make sense to me. Like that's not how I would feel in that situation. Like, so why are you acting like that because of that? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like I feel like I do that a lot. But I do that with a lot of people, honestly. Like I can step back and see their situation, but like it's like I hear you, but maybe I don't feel that. Like maybe trying to really like really feel it a little bit and be like, okay, well, like that's one thing I've been telling myself lately, just realizing like, yo, like people feel how they feel. Like you can't tell somebody they don't feel how they feel, whether you think it's stupid or not, or whether you think they really should not feel that way. Like if somebody feels some way, they feel that way. So like just understanding that with him and trying to like see what next steps we can take to make it better, I guess, instead of it just being like, well, you shouldn't feel that way because
have more understanding of
yeah,
perspective.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that's simple. Yeah, that's a simple way of putting it.
If you can have free unlimited service for 5 years from a chauffeur, cook, masseuse, housekeeper, or a secretary, which would you choose?
Masseuse, secretary, cook, chauffeur. I can drive myself.
I'm cool with driving. I'm thinking cook right now.
Yeah, you love food.
I'm definitely thinking cook right now. Cause
you said masseuse?
Yeah.
I don't know. See, I don't really know. I ain't been a lot. I ain't have a. Yeah,
got the secretary on there too.
The secretary was it was between cook and secretary for me.
What the secretary going to do?
The secretary can do a lot of stuff like
I recently started realizing that like just some shit I be doing. It's like, yo, if I'm an assistant.
Yeah,
secretary,
like,
a lot of stuff.
Secretary would turn your multitasking up to 1,000. Like you can have a secretary hitting up labels, hitting up managers, hitting up while you working. Like you working during the day, your secretary.
Everything you do clerical.
Ads, putting in that and the third.
They got all the leads.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they gotta get them.
Oh, like, they gonna get them?
That's the secretary. They gotta do what you tell them to do. I don't know, yo. I'm making myself think secretary right now.
Because you first was the cook.
Like, but I was just thinking like mind, body, and spirit. Like I was just thinking being healthy. Like, so I was like, definitely cook. I could be healthy.
Yo, I take the secretary then. I'm getting the secretary. Okay. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I'm taking the secretary.
Both secretary. Would you be willing to sacrifice a finger, any finger you want, to get immunity from all diseases forever?
No. No, I'm good. I want all 10 of my joints.
But say you going to die about time.
Nah, that's not
that's not the question.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, I haven't had a person ever say yes to that. One day I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get one person like, yeah, take this pinky ring, man. I'm gonna fuck with you.
Yeah, I don't.
Yo, I just feel like losing your finger. Like I know a boy with 4 fingers, like, and it don't seem to affect them at all. Really, like, yo, like
you learn
it just feel weird when I shake his hand, but like that's it. That's really it.
But you just
the inconvenience is me when I shake his hand. He's fine. He gets around.
No, you saying that he cool, and it's like you don't really see no difference. But you still like I ain't gonna do it to me though, right?
Nah, it's making me think, yo. But this is why they quick questions, because you guys.
Yeah.
Right. You already answered. We're moving on. If you could move to any country short notice, which would it be? If you had to move, that is.
I don't got the information to know which one I would move.
All right, forget that one. All right. Matter of fact, give me your number one place you want to travel in the world.
Colombia.
Oh, okay.
He's gonna say Colombia.
I told you, nigga. Colombia. I'm going there. I'm not coming ever. I'm never coming back. How about you, Tone? What's the number one place you want to go to?
Oh no, man.
I said Colombia for the wrong reason, though.
That's why I'm saying, like, I go to the UK, bro. I don't know. I go to the United Kingdom.
All right, cool. I'm never going there. I won't hear their accents ever again.
I feel like I'll be cool there though.
Yeah, no, I said
what characteristics do you admire most in others? Like one of the characters you admire most in others.
Being carefree.
Mm.
Like just doing whatever you want to do, regardless of like anything.
Okay. How about you, Tom?
Loyal.
Okay. What are you most afraid of?
Sharks. I don't know.
I'm most afraid of definitely not being able to say that not doing enough. I'm afraid of not doing enough. That's definitely it.
Okay. You say?
Afraid.
Real niggas gonna say they not afraid of shit.
Mm.
But that ain't the truth.
Oh, he said real niggas not truthful. Mm.
Real niggas is real niggas. Really real, like that term already, like had me laughing. I'm a real nigga. Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm about to say something that I know might have happened to somebody, but it's still like it made me think like I don't know.
All right, so
losing my child.
Okay. What was your life motto or philosophy you live by?
Keep it 2 Virgils.
That's all it needs to be said, to be honest. Like, that's all it needs to be.
Yeah.
How about you, Tone? Can you top that? Can your philosophy top that?
Nah. Keep it 2 Virgils. Dang. That nigga donated 50.
Said match it.
Yo, but yeah, that's hilarious.
What's your job?
Nigga, what is it? With great power comes great responsibility.
Like
yeah, great power. You know what I'm saying?
If
I heard somebody say it today.
Name 2 people you want to have dinner with, one dead and one alive. Anybody?
Tupac. Alive.
Jesus.
Okay, that's one.
And
I'm trying to think of alive.
You like beat that.
Alive, yo. I needed to be somebody white because I need to get
the power.
I need to get the keys. I need to figure some shit out. So
Good one. I never had someone say someone like, like Jeff Bezos or Bill Gates.
Yeah, that's who I was thinking, honestly. I was thinking Jeff Bezos. Honestly.
The Amazon King.
Yeah, you talked to Jeff Bezos or Warren.
Let me get a word.
Yeah, no, probably Jeff Bezos.
Okay. You got someone in live, Tone?
He's back to the people.
I mean, if he gonna talk to Jeff, I gotta talk to somebody at least in that caliber.
Talk to who you want.
No, no, I really don't know. Like, cause I don't feel like shit. I'll make it like somebody that's living that I need.
You want to leave it at Jesus and drop the mic, pass?
I might just leave it at Jesus, and then the next one.
All right. And then lastly, anybody ever seen 16 Blocks?
Nah, what's that?
Okay. No one's ever seen this fucking movie. So it's not important. So visualize that you're at a bus stop and there's a car at the bus stop. Like the city's about to blow up, but this car can get you to safety. Not the end of the world, just the end of the city. Only 2 people can fit in this car. No one's getting on top of it. No one's hanging on the hood. Only 2 people can get in this car, including you, whether you want to go or not. So you're at the bus stop. The love of your life is at the bus stop. Your best friend who saved your life before at the bus stop, and then a random child is there.
And I have the decision.
Yes. Who gets in the car?
I think the child.
And who else?
Oh, it's 2 people.
Yeah.
Do we know the child?
Nope. Random child.
I would do the child for sure, and the child for sure. Child. I'm thinking the child and the best friend.
Okay.
Then I got somebody. I mean, but if we got kids, somebody then gotta stay. So it's circumstantial.
They got kids?
That's a good one. No kids though. You don't got no kids. No kids.
Or the child and the best friend.
Okay. That was good. That was a good counter though. How about you, Tom?
I don't think I should answer. I think I heard you ask this question before.
Well, answer them.
I think I know what the right answer is, but that's what I'm saying. I feel like I'm cheating.
There's a right answer.
So it's fun. Yeah. So it's funny saying it, Tom.
I heard an episode where you asked this.
Yeah, don't answer.
Here's something that is.
All right. So shout out to Lena. Lena actually said it to me. It was the funny reason. My mom, but she listened to every episode, and she was like, first of all, you always talking about you mad when they never seen the movie. I'm mad that they never heard the fucking episode before, and you asked the same exact question before. They don't know the answer yet. So it's funny someone finally said that.
I didn't want to, I feel like I'm cheating by giving you the answer.
Well, that's funny. Well, since it don't matter then, so I'll just tell you. Yeah, so you actually supposedly answered it the right way.
For real?
Yeah.
Supposedly the
That's
riddle,
why I wanted to laugh, because he answered it.
supposedly the riddle is, yeah, you die with the love of your life and let your friend
Yeah,
go.
that's what I was thinking.
Take the person. Me though, no. Like fuck that child. Know this little bastard. Is what it is. And me, yeah, like Grant, I don't know though. All I know is the child not going there. That's all. That's the only thing I do know. But
I don't know them. Like
I would want to go with my girl, but it would be hard for me to leave my best friend who saved my life behind. Like it would be hard. But I'm not sending my best friend with my girl though. That's chunk. So I don't know. We might all gotta die. Could be that. Maybe.
You can't do that one.
It's gonna end up. It's gonna end up on the unfriended type time. Like,
but you gonna die, right? If they leave you, right?
Yeah, I'll die if I stay. Yeah. So like, hell no. Like either. Like I'm thinking, me and my girl just gotta go, and I gotta just live with that guilt forever that my best friend died. Like I think I gotta.
That's
live.
what I was thinking.
Nah, yeah.
But like I don't know. I might have.
Yeah,
In the moment, I think I'll have a heart.
My thought process was just the child is the child. Like he deserves to see, or he or she deserves to see.
You don't even know this nigga. He could be a killer. He could have killed his parents.
But that's the humanity. You know what I'm saying?
That is fact.
That's the humanity, and you just trying to save a life.
And then the best friend, but it's like, yeah, we can go into afterlife together.
And you trying to go out with the love of your life type thing,
yeah,
like,
so like,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it. I get the riddle for sure. And then actually, the original riddle, it doesn't have a child. I switched it because to me that didn't make no sense. The originals were old lady.
Oh yeah, damn. She lived her life.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, the old lady.
That would have been tough. That made it easier.
But that, that would have made it harder for me.
Interesting.
Her life, bro.
Nah, that would have made it harder for me just cause like, if it was an old lady, I'm not saying the old lady would have gone for sure.
No, I got.
But then it's like, who do I choose between the three of us? Cause like you said, I'm not about to send
no.
I
get what you're saying,
best
nigga.
friend, cause they're gonna end up on some funky.
But don't you know? So all right.
They bonding over grieving.
So what's the other scenario then? So you said he not going with his best friend.
But that's what I'm saying. It would have made it harder, like, because you
don't know if you want to stay or go.
I can't leave my best friend because he saved my life.
But I can't. Yeah, I can't stay with my.
Interesting. I get you.
He's gonna be coming at me like, did that nigga save your life? You let this nigga die? Like,
you probably say the old lady then, probably. I think
it's two people, bro. Yes, I'm definitely saying the old lady, and it has to be somebody else.
Well, no, one person can go.
Only one person dies?
No, I'm saying you can send. Nobody can go. One person can go, or two people can go. It can't be more than two. That's all it is.
Oh, you mean go, and then all three of us die?
Yeah, I'm saying if you wanted to, you could just send one person if you wanted to, or you could send nobody away. It's all up to you. It just more than two people can't get in the car. That's all. That's the whole point. Yeah, so
you gotta talk to your best friend. Be like, yo, I'm in love, my brother. Can you let me go live and be in love? You know what I'm saying? This old lady done lived her life.
If I'm the best friend, nigga, I'm about to kill you. I ain't about to hear none of that shit, nigga. No, we about to rumble for this car, nigga. Hell no.
I'm the best friend. And I saved your life too, nigga. Like,
yeah, like hell no. You got me sitting here, this like an old lady. Hell no. Like, but either there. Did you guys enjoy the conversation episode?
Sure,
it was
100%.
Good.
Cool thing. Tone's actually his second time. You remember we did the fuck Steph Curry.
Way.
Yeah, that was probably
like a table and a desk.
Yeah, that's probably like my 7th episode ever, and now I'm like at like 250 or something. So yeah. So drop y'all mentions, information, promo, anything you want to know, so people know where to find you at.
Yeah, you can find me on Instagram at Mile333. It's MILE, the number 3, 30 spelled out, THIRTY, and then the number 3.
You can find me on Instagram, TonetheMastermind, just like that.
Ooh. Yeah, and if you listen as far, the episode wasn't completely trash and completely boring and completely dumb. I'm not too toxic. If it wasn't too bad, listen to past episodes, subscribe on anything, whether it's Apple, Spotify, anywhere you listen to shit, nigga. Just type in RightonQuelive, one word, right as in the right side, on QUE live, RightonQuelive. Go check out that fuck Steph Curry episode. Very funny episode. Also, I dropped a compilation album not too long ago featuring a bunch of different dope artists around the area called We Are Live. Check that out, RightonQuelive. We Are Live. Again, anywhere you fucking listen to shit. Very simple. Type it in. One word. And again, shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all. I was really happy with this episode. Me and Tony had a good conversation today. And I was actually because I said I was going through a lot of mental stuff this week. Not to sound deep or whatever, but just taking a step back from things. And I was really going to just like skip this whole week, whatever. And I don't. Everybody know whoever listens to the podcast, I don't skip weeks. And I was cool. I was like, fuck it, I'm just skip a week, take a week off, whatever. But I feel the universe put that distraction conversation in front of me, be like, no, like this conversation should be recorded and expound on. And I feel shit like this. That's it. Like shit like this reminds me why, like, I enjoy and I'm passionate about the podcast shit, because I feel like shit like this is just good for the ecosystem and for people. I feel even people on the show, I feel generally feel good about the conversation, feel better after you get to think out loud and exchange information and shit like that, whatever. And it's good to hear, like, and especially for black men, like, especially because these days, like I said, black men is the biggest enemy of the earth. We do everything wrong. So it's good to see black men talk to each other, exchange good energy and information, and see hopefully other black men will actually encourage that to just have civil discourse and conversations and not be retards. And just have shit like that. So anything last y'all want to say before we out? Yeah, good.
Appreciate you letting us have it. Yeah,
sure.
Appreciate you. Yeah, letting us on your platform. Yeah, we enjoy ourselves.
Thank you. RightonQuelive, we out. Talk about it.